Welcome back. Hope everyone's having a good time. Twitch viewers, VOD viewers, YouTube viewers, and everybody in between. Thank you so much for coming on by. It's Monday. You know what that means. It's time for Pathfinder. Episode 13 of the Eighth Aiudara. We are on the tail of a very big mystery. Something to do with the quote-unquote Sovereign Stone. Coral the Conqueror's Sovereign Stone. Bo's ancestor. Which apparently the Kilvis family had taken after a fight. And now we have to sort of figure out how to get it back. Because there's a curse, potentially. And one of their members has stolen the ring. But it seems like that member was not that member. And there's another guy named Edwin who may have the ring right now. And we also know Cara knows something because she was able to like psychosis the drug. So there's a lot going on. We're going to learn a lot today. Let me turn this down. Stream music's going to go off for a moment. I got to adjust everything. And we're going to join on up and it's going to be all hunky-dory. All right, here we go.
There he is.
Hey,
Howdy.
everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. How about y'all?
Pretty good.
Good to hear.
Alright.
That's all. We're all secretly depressed and lying.
Oh,
Just everyone.
okay. Yeah, is that real?
I'm not depressed.
Me.
I am
Me every
incredibly
week.
tired though. For some
Yeah.
reason, my sleep isn't sticking, so.
Oh,
That's
that's
unfortunate. Hopefully we'll have some exciting something happen in game and I'll wake you up a bit.
The
I'm not
only
that.
thing that'll happen, we just gotta give Joe like 30 ounces of Mountain Dew. I'm sure it'll work out.
No.
Let's crash.
30
Cheers.
Yeah, that's about to say, like, 3 tiers might do the same for it. Just three.
I
just need
love,
3.
I always love saying that because like drinking caffeine never does anything for me anyway. So it's fun.
Caffeine gives me a little jolt. It's the energy drinks I have to watch out for because I don't get anything from them except for a nap.
Yeah. I just have ADHD special things, so it's just like it doesn't even matter. It's like, oh, cool. You can go to bed right after drinking caffeine, huh? And I'm like, yeah. Don't recommend it. Don't recommend it.
So I was thinking about Pathfinder combos that you could do
Mm-hmm.
to actually like help out and stuff, and just like I know you're doing like the grappling stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to think of like if you grapple someone and someone tried to disarm the opponent, that'd be like a next to their attacks. So that'd be more debuffs on them.
Unfortunately, not quite, because the negative penalty from disarming only lasts until they start their turn and reset their grip.
Do they take an action to reset their grip, or?
Nope, it's just automatic at the start of their turn, they get their grip back. However, if you're a swashbuckler, you can get a feat that does that. It makes the clumsiness of your grip on the weapon remain until the end of the swashbuckler's next turn, unless you take an action to reinsert your grip.
Alright.
Yeah,
That's weird. I would assume that they like would have like it would last through at least the first attack.
It seems disarming is
garbage.
well, it's really good if you build for it. Outside of that, garbage. Like, but like if you build for it, it's like your whole character. Like you are about disarming.
Oh yeah, I need to change my... no, wait. I have to dedicate time to change my feet.
And what I've been considering as I learn more and more about the system. I'm not implementing any of these things yet, because obviously I want to get an increasingly deep knowledge of the system
Mm-hmm.
before I start screwing with it. But there's been a few things that I've been interested in potentially augmenting the system with as time goes on. The first is adjusting the success portion of the disarm to say that if the creature is successfully disarmed before it reasserts its grip, it's treated as one success higher. So that would mean if you disarm an enemy, their grip is unsettled. If you then disarm or your friend disarms before the creature's turn, a success is treated as a critical success and knocks it out of their hand.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a way for you to either double up 2 actions to disarm somebody of something, or teamwork. One person starts the disarm, another person knocks it free, a third person grabs it and runs. That type of thing.
And I don't know if that'd be too strong or not. Like, I just think that like it should like have an effect, like before the beginning of their turn. I don't know.
It screws with their opportunity attacks and whatnot if they have any.
That's
but, yeah,
basically
that's
it.
about
That's
it.
what from it sounds like. That's about all it does.
Yeah. It also makes it easier to disarm them, so you have an easier time getting the crit on them if you do successive disarm attempts. The second thing that I was looking at is that, and this is discussed by some folks, although some people really dislike it, is that Pathfinder 2 is built not to be an attrition game. You know, it's supposed to be a tactical game first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. You do 6 combats throughout the day, you whittle down somebody's resources, they go against the boss fight with few resources, and they have to find a way to come out successful over the course of the adventuring day. That's not how the game was supposed to be designed. And it's like that in every way except for spell slots. Because spell slots are day-long attrition. Now, they counteract this by having focus points, by having cantrips be spammable, by having a lot of variety in things. But it's still the case that you do have a day of attrition because of spell slots, even though nothing else in the game really is. So an idea that I've seen some people kicking around is reduce every spellcaster's spell slots by 1, but when they refocus, you can regain a number of spell levels of spell slots equal to your level. So that way you're actually getting back some spell slots every time you refocus.
That's
That
interesting.
that kind of hurts the Universalist Wizard, though, in my opinion, because that's kind of their shtick.
Well, the Universalist Wizard gets back 1 from each of their slots, right?
Yeah.
That can still be the case in addition to the replenishment. Not to mention Wizard has more slots, right? No, they have 3. It's just that they get back a slot, and that gives them the 4. Like a sorcerer.
Yeah.
But still, that would still stand in, as a way of bolstering how much you can get back in addition to the refocusing. This would just remove the day attrition on spell slots. Again, no idea how balance would be. Still just a thing that I'm kicking around in my head while learning the system more and more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of like the way it's currently done, if only because it provides a sense of pacing for the party. Like, we know what our limit is, how far we should go during a thing, because the spellcasters in the party tell us where we need to start considering to back off. Like, that's kind of weird. I get that, but I like it for some reason. I don't know.
I don't as much because, like, let's say you don't have a healer that's a spellcaster. You have a healer that's an investigator, and they can do their battle medicine and keep the party fully going throughout the entire adventuring day. The only thing that stops you adventuring at that point is your is time, which is what it's supposed to be in the system. I don't know. I kind of prefer that to where it's not the case of, oh, hey, we're at the end of the day, we're about to go rest, we're getting this one fight, let's just drop all of our big spells. I don't know. I don't like the conflict between those two, where it's an attrition-based system in a non-attrition-based game.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I
It
feel
does feel
that.
like I can understand why it feels out of place.
Yeah. Another one, I think the shields should have runes. I think that was a huge missed
Yep.
opportunity.
Wait,
Yeah.
they don't?
No,
They
you
don't.
can do that.
No, they just have different types of shields. They don't have runes though.
No, it
Yeah.
says in rune crafting you can craft it on a shield or.
For a shield boss.
Yeah, the shield boss is a specific type of weapon that you attach to a shield, but shields themselves don't have runes. So it means that if you're going to be playing a blocking class of any kind, you are wielding a sturdy shield, and that's it. Period. You do not have an option,
Oh,
because the sturdy shield is the only choice if you are playing a blocking class.
would that? I mean, I don't know. Would it break the game if you could just do it?
Well, that's what I mean. If you made sturdy into a rune, that could be affixed to the shield portion, not to the shield boss portion, the weapon side, but just to the shield. It could potentially open up the options for what kind of shields you utilize. You could have a character who is willing to have a sturdy throne shield instead of just the sturdy shield.
Yeah, like the problem is with the sturdy shield's just kind of like the striking rune, where it's just like it's kind of a necessity.
Yeah.
You kind of have to have it, and they made the striking rune so that it's just like, oh, you can just take this and it doesn't count to your like runes and shit, which was a good idea. But they didn't do that with the sturdy shield thing.
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, but couldn't you just make a house rule that runes could work
No,
with a
that's what we're
shield?
talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. These are things that I've had in my mind while playing through this game. Just little ideas that I've had of like,
Gotcha.
I might want to tinker around with this in the future after I learn a lot more about the system.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I guess as long as you're not adding an AC bonus to the shield, it would theoretically work fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just to increase and alter the properties of the shield, like the inscribed trait, or the what is it, the bulky trait that I think is on the new tower shields, like the fortress shield,
Yeah.
the throne trait, and so on. I don't know.
That makes sense to me. Like I said, I think the only thing that you have to be aware of is that you can't. You have to keep the AC kind of where it is within the
Yeah.
system, because otherwise that'll break down the combat portion. But other than that,
Absolutely.
it's fine.
It's just to make shields a bit more robust, so you could have somebody, who wants to have a tower shield that's sturdy, so you could play a Havel-like character.
Yeah.
I walk along with super heavy armor and a super heavy shield. Cool. And it doesn't just break upon one block like tower shields tend to do because they have garbage durability, which is very silly.
Hey, Rebecca.
Oh. So how's everyone doing?
Beep. Bye.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. Ready to get this investigation underway.
I'm ready to fail at simple problem solving.
Rebecca, why don't you go ahead and recap for us?
Oh, goodness. All right. That was so
Hell of a game.
hell of a game. All right. I
Good thing you
forget.
took all those notes.
Don't
I
forget
did.
all the proper nouns.
Right.
I did
So-
make a big list of them to help out.
Yep.
Okay. The what? Proper noun?
Yeah. A name.
Oh. Yeah.
That's proper.
I was like capitalized words? Okay. So, what I believe is, oh, you know why? I was like, didn't I already do this? It's because I wrote a summary,
Yes, you did.
yeah, summarizing everything earlier. So that's why it feels I'm like, I already did this. Okay. Goodness. Oh, was it for, oh, good. I wrote a date. I'm just batting 1,000. Okay, so, it's the 13th of Gosram, or it was, and then now it's the 14th. It was the 14th of Gosram. I don't know. And let's see. We had a huge day ahead of us. Noboru was going to go learn from Scaris on how to do wrestling stuff. And so he went and did that. And then Asa and Cora learned about the River Kingdom's history. Kara was off, definitely not going behind our backs and doing super secret shady stuff.
No,
Yeah, and then I didn't write down what Maddie was doing, so it's not important. Let's see.
It was with you the entire time.
Right. Okay. So we went to House Kilvis, and it was humongous. It was like a big boarding school looking thing. And we were like, wow, that's really big and ostentatious. Okay. And then we talked with somebody. Was it Mattis? I don't remember who. I think it was Mattis. And we had to make a pact in order to learn the details of the job. Not even like the details. I think just like the light details. Yeah, so we learned that Leshy talked to House Kilvis about us. Which is great. And we also learned that they were kind of picking us because we were not nobodies, but we weren't known in Mivan, and we had gotten on the list, but like we weren't really associated with any house, and so they needed somebody who was kind of out of the house system and didn't have any ties because they believe that another house committed this crime, which was a theft. So we decided to do the pact to learn the details of the job, not even like the hardcore details, just the sort of details. And what we learned was that the Sovereign Stone was stolen from House Kilvis. They believe that a different house is involved. The Sovereign Stone is one of 3 relics that were held by House Rogarvia, which is the scepter, the stone, or the ring, and the crown. And somebody, Kars Kilvis? I don't remember. Where's my summary?
That is correct.
Yeah, Kars Kilvis was in a duel against Noboru Guz Rogarvia, and he lost. The Rogarvia lost the ring to Kilvis, so Kilvis was really excited about that. We learned that every firstborn child of the generation is inflicted with some sort of curse. We pressed really hard on that, but they didn't tell us what kind of curse it was. They were super, super, super cagey about it. And that would be Kalis, and he's coming of age in 15 days. So we have 15 days to solve this. The ceremony's on the 30th. They believe pretty pretty strongly that Milan Horses? Yes. Horses, one of their duelists was the dude who stole the stone. It is down in the Kilvis vaults, which have a lot of traps, but none of the traps are magical. They don't have any sort of magical precautions, which seems really stupid, but what are you going to do? And in order to disarm the traps, the knowledge of that requires you being a gold level and looking at Vivian when she was taking us down there. It seemed as it might be keyed to like handprints or body prints or something about people, so you almost might have to be the body of that person to be able to go down there. We don't know. And 2 duelists tried to stop him. Somebody named Tannen and Reshvik. Reshvik was very close to Milan. The 2 didn't have their weapons. It was like Milan went down, and then a couple of minutes later, Tannen and Reshvik went down, and then Milan came back after a few more minutes, and then the other 2 did not. They were in the hospital with something wrong with them. We didn't know. They had weird abrasions that looked like it was rope, but it had acid on it, and the acid was still eating into their body. And so we were like, well, that's really distressing. And nobody in all the land could fix it except for Kara, who when we went down to the vaults, looked at a piece of glass and was like, got it, I can fix them. And then did. So that wasn't suspicious at all.
No, not
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. The ring was stolen 3 days ago. We learned that Milan Corses had been down at Fort Libertane in the south for this past year, and Edwin Tellick had also been down there. Whether or not that's connected, we don't know. We want to because, we want it to be a story and everything makes sense and is connected, but who knows if it is connected. So possibly, and Edwin Tellick is the, I believe, firstborn son of Gaspar Tellick, who is number 2 on the list. We know that Raston something. Selin. Raston Selin is number 1, and he's been doing it for a really long time, and he's really good at it, but he's kind of older, and it's always been sort of like more of like an honorable thing, where it's like Gaspar's always like, sort of, it's like, I'm not going to take the first spot because you're doing great as mayor, but it seems now that they want to have like a change of power. As far as anybody knows, it seems like this is mutual, agreeable, nobody has any problems with this exchange, and so there's not really any motive for Edwin to do anything like steal the stone. Because it doesn't matter. Like, the exchange of power that this could maybe potentially possibly benefit is something that's totally going over just fine. Nobody has any issues with it. So that's weird. The curse is not known about publicly. They know that Kilvis has this stone, I think because it's part of like their legend as a family, but nobody knows that it's a curse. You pretty much would have to be high ranking in the Kilvis house to know that there's a curse. So if the curse is not contained, it will be bad for Kilvis, but Vivian, who is adopted child of House Kilvis, even though she's not their biological child, allegedly, I believe she told us that it will be bad for everybody. Like, it wasn't just going to hurt House Kilvis, and she didn't say, like, kill. Like, I don't think it was implied that it would kill Kalis, who was the firstborn, but, like, it's not going to be good for anybody. What else happened?
Indeed.
Man, please. I'm giving a summary. Let's see. Down in the vaults, there's a huge portrait of Revlin. There was a bunch of display cases. There was glass shattered all around. Most of the items in the display cases are magical, but it didn't seem like there was really anything magical around. Like, the glass was magical. It probably has like some really like soft abjuration magic on it, but we don't know. Not because I failed any sort of rolls to discover it, just because, we just don't. Let's see. Yeah, okay. 10 minutes after Milan left the vault, that's when the guards discovered the other bodies of the two other guards. When Kor and Kara worked together to restore the two guards, the two duelists, I guess, Reshvik woke up and said that he had saw a spider person with 2 human arms and then 4 black tendrils, which was strange. Yeah, and then he said, I just knew that the Gnarl Marches were important, but the Gnarl Marches, Edwin, I don't know if Edwin went up to the Gnarl Marches or what, but that's important. We need to go to the Gnarl Marches. And then we do know that
I believe the guy just said gnarl marches.
Oh, that's it. That's all he said?
He was wheezing out information to you all.
Yeah.
And he just said gnarl marches.
Didn't he say Edwin as well?
He did say Edwin, I believe.
Okay,
He
that's why it doesn't
said
make any sense in
4
my notes.
arms. He said 2 human arms, 4 tendrils, and he said gnarl marches. But yes,
okay.
he was very much still on the brink of death, trying to get some information out.
Good. That's why my notes is like, I didn't connect anything.
Yeah.
Oh, and he said that wasn't Milan.
Yeah, Oh, yeah. He said that wasn't Milan. We do know that Milan has a house up in the area of House Salacia, which the House Kilvis people can't really go into. Like, they can't, like, bust in and start doing investigation. So that is probably why we need to go investigate Milan's house and see what's going on. I think that was it.
All right, everybody get 2 hero points. I get you 3.
Yay!
Remember, if you do like secret checks, secret knowledge checks, you can use a hero point to get advantage on it.
Yes.
Why would people be doing secret things, Steve?
Because knowledge checks are always in secret.
Yeah, and we're doing investigation.
All right,
Why else would I be bringing it out?
I'm watching you.
Sudden but inevitable betrayal.
All right, let's go ahead and pick up shortly thereafter. I think it was about noon around this time because you all had gone. No, you had gone there You had gone there around noon.
We'd gone around noon. Yeah.
You had gone through the place. You had You had spoken to them and all that stuff. Talking to them. So let's go ahead and say it's around 2 by this point. Now that the fellow is saved, and you've just gotten that information out. You all are still in the medical wing of the estate.
All right, we were gonna check out the his room on campus, weren't we?
Well, I'd suggested it, but I think we have everything we need now. I only wanted to see it to see if Milan was involved anyways, but I mean, at this point, I think we should just go straight to the house, shouldn't we?
All right.
I think if they had found anything in his local quarters, they'd have mentioned it.
All right, I guess we're ready to go then.
All right, you all depart. Vivian escorts you out, and before you all leave, gives you just a last little bit of encouragement and asks you all to please do whatever you can. She seems to be genuinely concerned for Kalis.
We'll do
After all,
everything
they
we
would
can.
be her younger brother. And you all depart from the estate. You're all now back out in the city of Mivon, in the upper levels.
Is she concerned? Is she really?
Yes. You believe
Oh,
that she
she's-
is in fact concerned.
No, she is concerned. Oh, yes.
As we're
Back
walking.
Mhm.
Why 3 years? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, maybe it's as long as the magic they can afford.
I mean, but this thing has been going on for generations at this point.
But-
They would have done something more to hide it if it was this big of a thing.
The thing is
Well,
that
this-
knowledge doesn't provide us with anything useful or beneficiary. Like, honestly, we could, like, assume that we could tell someone right now. What would it actually bring us?
Nothing for us for now, but they don't want it out. They've kept it secret. So
Yes.
why make it to where we can't talk about it until 3 years from now?
Well, it might be as long as they can do it. Like the magic's to get it done longer might cost more, or might need more power, or
There are other ways. Even a simple contract that would have said if we would have broken it, we would be put in prison for life under their house. Anything. There's other ways than magic, but they specifically chose a handshake in 3 years.
I don't know what to tell you.
It doesn't make sense. I think there's more to this curse, especially with how little they'll tell us about it. But I mean, we're not going to figure that out until we even get the ring, and probably not even then, unless we really investigate it.
Well, this
Well-
does hit close to home for you, so I imagine like you sure you're just not like looking into it too much?
I mean, a curse being put on is extremely interesting, because I don't recall that being a possibility of my family. Maybe they hired someone, but why specifically the ring? Why Coral's ring? There's a lot of questions historically wise, but I'm more worried about us, because if it is that they could only do 3 years, and they wish they could do more, then we may need to worry about our safety 3 years from now.
Nah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, I don't intend to be here 3 years from now.
Yeah, I don't think they wait the 3 years in that case.
True.
They just wait till the job's done and then.
Besides, the 3 years was really more about the job in its entirety. So, I don't think there's anything too sneaky going on. I think you're overthinking it.
It's also a worry that we're trying to borrow from tomorrow. So let us focus on what we need to do today. Do we want to go to House Salasia's area and see if we can get into Milan property?
We have to. That is definitely the next step. If there's going to be anything that leads us to a bit more of a narrow search window, it's going to be in that house.
Yeah, before we do that, is there some place in private we can talk just to have some place where we know we're not being overheard or anything like that?
To an alleyway.
Tavern. Our room.
Yeah. I don't know which is better, but
Well, it depends on how quickly we,
I'm not in a rush.
That's true. I don't think we're leaving the city today, right? Even if
Yeah.
we find something in that house, we're more than likely going to at least go back home tonight, so we can get back to the room, at least fall out of it.
Alright, we can head back to the room then. That's probably the best idea anyway.
All right, you all head on back to your room. Nothing happens along the way. You all get back to your room.
Yeah!
We're not going to roll on the encounter
duels.
table?
We get to challenge to 5 duels on the way. I didn't even mean to step on your foot. No, I turned you into a duel.
Is everything alright there?
No, not really. I have a generally good idea who I think has taken the stone.
How so?
Do you ever wonder why I was actually around? Why I was actually working with Orisk?
He assumed it was a job. You worked with the Assassin's Guild, didn't you, beforehand?
No, I've never part of Assassin's Guild. Why would you assume I was part of Assassin's Guild?
Haven't we not talked about the
Is
Assassin's
it
Guild
because I'm
before?
a Vishkanya?
No, it's because you fight like an assassin. I thought we talked about this before.
No, I'm part of the circus. It was a
What
circus, not
circus?
Assassin's Guild. The Vishkanya circus. They just taught me how to defend myself.
I must have been drunk that circus. I don't remember.
You're drunk a lot, but just like
I'm
I don't
not
remember-
drunk a lot. Let's not do
Well,
that.
like it's part of your religion. You're drunk for a pretty decent amount of time. But we were on the boat, so you weren't drinking. I don't know what you were doing.
She has a point. We are drunk a lot.
Appropriate amount. What are you on? What are you on about?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Orask and me have a mutual enemy, and that's why I was working with him. And I'm pretty sure this mutual enemy is the one who created the little Milan tentacle Spider-Man.
A mutual enemy. Who does the master have an enemy with?
They're called the Cult of Zamix. They're kind of like they're dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge without the cold pursuit of knowledge without any morals getting in the way. It's a somewhat religious organization that's all about like experimentation and finding out knowledge no matter the costs. They're pretty bad people.
Okay.
And this Milan thing just sounds like something that's up their alley, as far as creating something horrifying and just an abomination.
So,
That poison that they use, the acid, did you recognize that as something they use?
Yes,
Right.
took me a minute, but once I connected the dots with them, I just like it clicked.
Well, I'm
Wait.
glad you did.
Are you saying Milan was the Spider-Man?
He might have been, or he was placed with the Spider-Man. He could have been transformed, or it could have been like literally like made a duplicate of.
I thought
Got
he
the
only
spider?
had 6 arms.
No, he had
And
two.
two
He had
legs.
two arms, 2 legs,
8
and
limbs.
eight tendrils.
Right.
So
A
it's
lot
like
of
spiders.
I don't.
tentacle
Rather.
Spider-Man.
We keep saying
Yeah.
spiders, but I think it's just a person that had 4 like tentacles at the
Yes,
back.
they
Four limbs.
had. They said specifically tentacles, so I'm gonna go with tentacles.
It's
Yeah,
just probably
that's
some
what
magic or
I'm
something.
seeing in my head.
Right.
as
That's
far
what
as
I'm
it-
picturing.
I know it's
Ah.
going to be something that grapples, so just don't get grabbed by it.
So why them? And what does this have to do with Edwin?
Oh, well, I've been thinking about that on the way here. Where I see it, Edwin's either one of them, which I don't think is likely, or more likely he's one of their pawns or patrons. Most likely pawn, that'd be my guess.
Hmm.
And why the ring?
Well,
I don't know. It's magical. If it's magical, they might have interest in it.
Again, I think
I
this
think
is more about why they're not telling us of this.
But like I
we
said,
gotta
it's
stop
a-
asking questions. We gotta go to the house.
All right, cool. Calm down. Jesus.
Well, is there anything else about this cult or what you found out?
From what I know about these cults, these are really bad people. If Edwin's part of their group, he's been way over his head, most likely. I don't want us to, like, based on what we know about this Edwin kid, he's probably way over his head.
Hmm.
They've either promised him something, or he's, come into their thrall. Hell, he might not even be human anymore.
Well, if we think about it, Edwin is going to be the firstborn son of the leader of Mivon. If you could get control of that person, that would be a lot of power at your hands.
This could be a
But yeah, I
political
don't
game.
think I think the timing is, like, not coincidental. There's nothing
Mhm.
they're very coincidental with this group, so it's just like, if this is some kind of power play. If they took this ring this close to this curse manifesting or whatever, then it's some kind of power play.
The curse, the tournaments, Edwin, I mean, all of it could be connected, but we're not going to find out until we get closer.
Why not just hit the library?
Do
We
what?
Well,
can't. We
about
don't
what?
have access.
Well, I mean, if they have the power to turn somebody into a freak of nature, it seems to me like they'd be able to grab all of the important books from the library much easier.
I don't think there's as much information in the library as we may think. There's definitely going to be some things in there that'll be worthwhile, but I don't think it's anything that this cult is really after. Anything
no,
of
I
a
don't.
platinum tier, so to say.
No way of really knowing.
Right,
But they're into some weird shit, so
Clara, is there anything else that you need to tell us that requires privacy? Otherwise, we should probably head out.
if we can, I'd like to take if we do come across any of them, I'd like to take them alive for questioning. But I guess that goes without saying.
We can do
But you know,
that.
with this group, I feel like probably it has to be said.
I would make sure he's alive.
I think we've done pretty good with not killing, if possible.
All right, well, I just feel it bears mentioning.
That's true.
Okay.
Right, on our way then. Let's be careful going up to this house. They obviously are looking specifically for the Kilvis people to try to enter, but there probably is going to be some sort of light guard, I would assume, because they know that's what they're looking to look into. So,
Actually, speaking of, what are we doing there, if anyone asks?
We're investigating the house.
no, because then
No,
they
we're
will
not.
kick us out or
Yeah.
imprison us.
We don't. I don't know.
We
you
do
don't
know that because of politics. They've specifically tried already to get into there, but have been denied because there's
Yes,
squabble
because
between
they
the
were
families.
yes, because they're associated with the house. We're not. We
So-
could be able to get in.
They aren't just
Well,
going to
there's
let
still
random people in to
Yeah,
investigate.
it's still someone's private residence.
Well, yeah, and if they're there, then they're there, and if they're not, they're not.
Well, we're asking what do we do if we get caught? And we shouldn't tell them we're investigating if we get caught.
Well, no.
We actually
Look.
can't tell them we're investigating if we get caught.
True.
What we can do is just like if what do we know about the location in general, like Sess?
About the location of his place.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is, it's in the city proper, but it is within the territory of another house. So it is in an area that is policed by the other house. As you all may have noticed while being here, It's almost like there are mafia gangs in a way, where each house polices their section of the city. There's no singular central entity that controls it. The mayor isn't so much like a political leader as they are the fulcrum around which the politics, revolves and is balanced. So this guy's place is well into this other house's territory, which makes it difficult for the people to get there. As for the area, you all haven't been there to check it out yet, so you don't really know much about it. But you know that it is in the city proper, so you can reasonably expect it to have, the traits of a regular place in the city.
All right, here's what I'm thinking. Do we? Oh, hold on. Assess. Do we know if it's like an apartment or something, or if it's like a house? If it's like.
You would know that most places here inside the city are going to be sort of apartments, or at the very least tenement buildings.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Here's my idea. Like, how about we wait till like it gets closer to nightfall? We head over
Yeah.
there. I'll try to break in, doing a little investigating while you guys be my lookouts.
I can break in with you.
Are you sneaky?
Yeah.
All right.
I am not, so I will do just I will be a lookout / try to delay people by talking if they get too close.
Or if it's alright, I would also like to go with you. I know we shouldn't have too many people on the inside, but I can.
But you can like see magic and shit, so that'd probably be
Right.
helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my
Alright.
stealth is +6, so I'll take that.
It might be better for me to hang back. I'm like, with the horns, I'm like 7 feet tall. I'm really easy to spot.
Mm-hmm.
How about you just stay across the street? I'll be near the building, and then if I get into trouble, you come to my aid, and then we try to get the others out.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, if something happens, you guys are supposed to make a distraction for us.
Sounds agreeable, Matty?
Sure, if that's what you all think will be safe.
Safe as can be. But let's go get ready. Cloaks, food, and find out a spot to watch over for till nighttime.
Okay.
We go, Sess.
Yep, just give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
You tapping stuff up because of secret rolls.
I'm wondering... Could I make a roll of Brevoy lore to see if I know if there's any sort of magic that I should have known that was connected to the Sovereign Stone?
Sorry, say that again?
For the Sovereign Stone, can I make a Brevoy lore check to see if I had known of any magic that was connected to it?
You have the lore?
Any
I do.
magic connected to it?
Well, I mean, this is being used for
No,
some
I
sort
would
of curse thing, right? So I'm wondering if Bo had ever heard that, like, the Sovereign
No,
Stone
this
had
wouldn't
magic.
have been heard of.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Just checking. Of course I have Brevoy lore. I am the prince.
Of course.
Lores are weird, okay? Like,
Those are very weird.
Like, you could just have lore for anything. You're like,
Anything.
the lore of this Cheeto, and it's
I
like,
have
alright,
lore
roll.
mattress.
Lore, Cheeto lore.
Really?
Is this nacho cheese or puffy white cheese flavor? That'd be awesome.
Okay. So, are we gonna do anything in the interim before it hits nightfall? How far away is?
It's a different
the-
district, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not-
I don't know what that means.
Right.
How far away is that?
I don't think it's too far because we've traveled around the city in like a day and like
Okay.
been to multiple spots. It shouldn't take hours or anything.
Your car's gonna give this alcohol to Noboru.
You just want me to drink?
No, you can use that as just pretend you're drunk when you're distracting the guards. If you have to.
Oh, that's
Oh,
smart.
there you go.
That is smart. I'll do that.
Yeah. Just say if they ask why you're there, just like you're worshiping.
It's good thinking.
I like it. I like it.
Okay, sorry. Got
No.
to get information sent out to people from secret rules.
Fine.
Secret rules.
Okay, so you all are wrapping. You all wrap up your meeting. Where are you going to? Who's doing what now?
All right. So we're gonna now it's like closer to nightfall. We're gonna go head over there. Asa, Core, and Kara are going to try to break in, while Maddie and Nobu are lookouts and distractions
Okay.
if need be.
I will actually be near the building, like maybe doors, the front doors area, and I think Maddie is going to be a bit farther away. So she's sort of watching me, and I'm watching for like actual people that are wanting to like get in the middle of our shit.
The middle of
Maddie's
our
at like
shit.
the end of a block in like terms of distance.
Just
Like
peering. Also, I have a cloak on, and I am sipping at some alcohol, but just enough to where it's on my breath, but not where I'm getting wasted.
Yay! Not wasted. Nobody.
All right, you all head across town. Rather, you all spend the rest of your afternoon idling time away, just relaxing. And yeah, when nightfall come, it's a nice night out. You all head across town
nice.
over to Milan's place.
All right.
One quick second.
Like
Okay.
mid 60s, you know, clear skies.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Corey, you don't have anything that makes you look less conspicuous, do you?
That's what a cloak's for.
We kind
A
of
cloak?
like said that like core.
You're like 8 feet tall, right?
I know, but I have a +6 stealth. Explain that, someone said, and I'm like, I don't know.
While core's
you're good
very
at crouching.
different and very
Good
tall,
crouching.
the reasoning is that you know the River Kingdoms are just so weird that
I
core fits
don't.
in.
It's
They're
not.
like, yeah, all right. That
It's
makes
not
sense.
like quite. I kind of like to explain the plus stealth a little bit, kind of like you know, kind of like chameleons. Maybe, like obviously I don't have a mechanical feature of this yet, but it'd be kind of cool if I did later. But like, her scales might be able to just sort of help her out with that if need be. But she's probably wearing a cloak at this point. So.
Actually, like how much time were we idling?
Few hours,
Well, we
I would
went to
say.
that place at noon, and I would say the explanation probably took about an hour, and then we probably spent at least another hour or two investigating everything. So maybe 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Although we
Okay.
went- yeah,
I
we
was
went
wondering
back
if there was enough time to
place.
actually adhere this potency rune to the my dagger. That's probably gonna take longer.
Yeah, I was actually curious. Yeah, how much downtime, Sess, do I need to change that feat that I had?
Oh, days.
Week.
A week? Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with scars, but that's gonna
Oh.
take a while.
I'll have to wait and be a good thing.
Yes, though if you do find or look for somebody in the world that can aid or assist you in some way, that time can be reduced, such as Bo becoming friends with Scarus, and now Scarus is accelerating the retraining time to 3 days instead of a week.
Have I met anyone who even can't? Nope. At least not yet, anyway.
You gotta look for them.
I know. I gotta
I
find
head to
them.
some churches and be like, hello, hi,
All right, so you all head on over and you scout out the area. You see that this guy's house is in a what's it called? A not particularly large building, but it is part of the, I guess what you could say, like the block. You know, the chain of buildings that can make up like a block of houses. But it seems like this building is a lot larger than the other ones. You see that there are multiple windows, and they seem... It doesn't seem like this is a single house, but rather a house that has a bunch of little segmented buildings, a bunch of segmented rooms within it. You all take a moment. You can glance into the, find the right window for which one is his place, and Yeah, you have a good idea of where his apartment is.
Alright, is there a... Go ahead.
When you are in the area, however, scouting out this place, you do see that there are guards posted at each of the major intersections for the roads, including just out front of the building. All of these are bearing the sigil of House Silesia, and they look like they're still fresh from starting up their shifts. So they're not like sleepy or dowsing off or anything.
Fun.
So this is a fairly secure area, is what you're saying.
Yes, it looks like this house does a good job of securing their territory. Or at least the living areas of their territory.
Are there
Alright.
any windows accessible that don't seem to be heavily as guarded?
Well, all of the windows are, sort of outwardly visible to the
Like an
street.
apartment. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about behind? Is there like an alley or?
You start searching around the area. Go ahead and give me a perception
Okay.
to search out, try to find other ways.
Secret?
Yes, for information gathering.
Okay.
Something I'd like to know is the window of the place we're actually going to, is the light on? Is there light coming from it?
There is not light coming from it.
Okay.
Core, you in fact do find a side alley, and what? Hang on, let me think of how to say that. You go away from the front of the building. You head down the street. You find a side alley, and when you go to the side alley, you find a what's it called? A cellar door, I guess you would call it, like the big flat ones that you
Yeah.
lift the doors up, and then you can take the staircase down into it. There seems to
Yeah.
be a cellar door that leads down into the basement of this big building. You don't see any scaffolding or fire escapes on the side or anything like that. It's not that big of a building. We're talking 3 stories tops. And the room that you're looking for is on the 2nd story.
Okay. Hey guys,
Yeah.
over here.
Alright. We see the entrance.
Yes, to the cellar door. Yep.
Alright, great.
I'm going to use detect magic to see if there is anything, if there's any magical traps or anything around the cellar door.
Roll me your perception as you do detect magic.
Man, I don't wanna. My
I don't want
perception's just trash, guys. Absolute trash.
All right, you cast detect magic to see if there's any anything magical down in this cellar area. You don't see anything jump out to you.
Okay.
Alright. So, this one's not guarded, but the other entrances are.
Yeah, the front entrance is guarded. The back area is sort of covered, I guess would be the best way to put it. You're looking at a city block, right? Where you have streets going on all 4 sides. This place is on the corner, and it's fairly large and goes into the center of the block. So there's really only a few little alleyways that lead through the center of this block. And this is the main way that you could see to get in. There's no back door that you could find.
Alright, is the entrance locked? Is there a padlock or something on it that we can see?
You do not see a padlock.
That's weird. It's probably locked from the other side then.
It might not lead directly to where we need to go, but I do have dark vision, so I could open and see if there's anything inside that we might need to be worried about.
No, that's fine. I'll do it.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna check this door out and see if there's anything that's how can I open it up? If there's if it's not locked from the outside, how can I get in if it's locked from the inside?
Well, it depends on how it's locked from the inside, if it is.
All right. Can I examine the door?
Yep, it is a pair of metal doors. There are a pair of handles directly at the center, halfway up the sort of the center of the door.
All right. I will just out of a habit check for traps. See if there's any kind of alarm system on this door.
Okay.
And I should probably roll a dice roll for that.
Yeah. It's like theory or something.
Well, perception.
Who's on lookout while this is going on again?
I am.
Naboru and
Maddie is Maddie's on lookout, but not close by.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
I also think
Oh,
Thor should be on
yeah.
lookout too, to be closer to us, just because my perception's tracked.
Bo, go ahead and make me a secret perception while this is going on. Kari, you don't notice any traps by looking at it from the outside.
All right.
The door's closed.
Doesn't seem to be any magic around either, so we should be alright on that.
All right.
Okay.
Kara will open the door once Cody's done this thing.
I did.
Yep, he did. All right, Kara reaches down, pulls up the doors. There's a bit of a creak from the metal as they open up, but they reveal a stone staircase that leads down into a lower floor, a basement of this place.
Should this
All right,
work
let's go.
out? Okay.
So, while
Yeah.
you're standing out and you are, keeping an eye out, you notice that one of the guards in the corner seems to be eyeing you.
Mm-hmm. I continue to sip at my liquor and just kind of lean up against the wall, hood up.
All right, he's just keeping an eye on you for a moment.
Yep.
It just catches your attention.
I try to act lethargic-ish. Like, I'm just a little bit tipsy against this building.
All right. Kara, the doors are opened up. You don't see any traps on it, and it seemed like this entrance was just undefended, completely open.
All right. You two close the door behind me, and I'm gonna go in and scout ahead.
Okay. Come on.
All right. Like we're gonna go inside. You're just gonna go ahead. Is
Yeah, I'm
that
gonna
what
go
you're saying?
inside and just
Okay.
close the door behind us.
Okay. Ready to go, Asa?
Yeah, of course. And I'll step in and step down.
Yep.
And then
And
you lower the door
so
behind you
we'll
as Kara
core.
heads down.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. When you head down the stairs, Kor and Asa lower down the metal doors as quietly as they can to make it seem from the outside that everything is as it should be. Kara, you reach the bottom of the staircase after not too long. It's only probably about a dozen and a half steps. And you find that it's a little bit chilly down here. Looking around, you see that there are a number of shelves along the walls. You see that there are some meats that are kind of preserved by the cold temperature, packaged inside of pieces of brown paper that are wrapped up around them. You see that there are some large chunks of ice literally just slapped down into the middle of the room, adding to the cold temperature of this place. It seems like you're in, quite literally, a basement freezer.
All right. I will scout ahead, try to find out the entrance into the building.
All right, you take a little bit of time to look around, and it's not too hard to find. I mean, it's meant to be easily navigable. You find a staircase on the opposite side from where you entered. It leads right on up to a doorway.
All right, I wave them over, and I'm gonna head up the stairs.
Okay.
Corey, you see yourself being waved over. Meanwhile, outside, the guard starts heading over to Bo. Hey, you there.
Yes.
No
Hello.
loitering. Get back to your helm.
I'm just having a drink in the street. What's wrong with just enjoying myself? The tournament's
Enjoy
coming up.
yourself all you like, but do it back at your house.
I can't.
This is House Silesia territory, and you're loitering.
Well, what? Do you know where the tavern? It's God's above. It's the green. It had like it was animal. You know what I'm talking about, and I kind of like put out my hand, and as I do, I like gesture with the alcohol, and I want to kind of like spray it onto his armor a little bit. And,
Okay.
and then I'm like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I just kind of like paw at
Starts
his
rubbing
armor a
it.
little bit, like I try help clean it up with my hands.
Incredible.
So,
He only lets us go on for a couple of seconds before he like pushes your hand away and is
oh,
like, "Get back to your home. If you want to loiter, go to House Dento's territory. You're not loitering here."
okay. Oh, I'll find it. So and I like take a bow, and
You better. I'm
of
keeping an eye on you.
your eye, yours, and mine, the good work, and this praise be to Caden. Huh? Huh?
Nope, isn't doing anything for this guy. This guy seems like a hard ass.
I keep doing this as much as like I'm just mumbling bullshit and seeing how long he just stands with me until he'll eventually go back to his spot. And
Oh,
I
if you're not moving or trying to
well no
reposition, yeah,
like
he's gonna start forcing you.
well I do, but like I'm like I'm taking every sweet second, so I'm like, oh, I'm moving, I'm so sorry, praise be to God now, and then like he like
And just
keeps
keep
mumbling
moving.
and like he'll take a
And the guard
step,
will head back to his spot.
take a step.
Just keep an eye on you and making sure you're actually heading down the Ruckin Road and out of House Celestia territory.
Well, what I'm gonna do is I will slowly stumble down the street as slow as I possibly can, looking like I'm trying to keep balance, the whole while being able to stay on the same street. And then once I get to the end of the street, I'll go around the corner. I will hold on the corner for a little while, trying to look back at the street, and then I'll just start stumbling back down the same street as if like I went the wrong way. And I'm going to keep doing this a number of times to stretch it out as long as I mean at this point this has
Gotcha.
been
Yeah.
this has been multiple minutes at this point of me like mumbling to him and then slowly walking down the street, and then I'll come back and I'll be like that was the wrong way, and that's going to take more minutes. I'm milking as long as I can possibly can of keeping in front of the door.
Yeah, the hard ass is gonna give you that one time, basically, when you come back not being able to find your way.
Yeah.
He's gonna start getting a bit rough, grabbing your character's arm and basically dragging him along out of the House Celestia's territory.
I'll fall.
He will drag you.
That's fine, but I'm dead weighted then. I'm doing everything
Yeah.
I can to milk every more moment I can.
It's
Well,
alright.
you're going to slow him down as he tries to get you out of his territory. You get the feeling as you look around this place and you're keeping up this act that this house is pretty dang strict on keeping stuff looking nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are not above being rough with people if they aren't fitting into their image of what their turf is supposed to look like.
Well, once he's pulled me out of the area and he starts to head back and I'm out of sight, I will lose the cloak. I will straighten myself out, and then I'll just go back.
All right.
Because I'm a different person now.
All right. That'll keep the guard occupied for a decent bit of time while he's dealing with the drunk guy on the corner. Meanwhile, where is Maddie posting up to watch all this?
Maddie wants to be at like the end of a block, like far enough away that I'm clearly not linked to the house, but at the same time close enough that if screaming starts, I'm gonna warp step for like 6 or 7 turns to get there.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You can go way down the street to where you can still spot the building where you're down the road like a block and a half. You can still see it on the corner, but you're a good distance away. You see all this progressing. You see the guard grabbing Bo and just dragging Bo down the street towards you and then past you out of sight of House Celestia's territory. As the guard's coming back, you hear him cursing something about fucking vagrants and loiterers.
I will not say anything. I don't want to draw attention to myself.
All right.
I'll nod along as though I'm in agreement, just in case he notices me whatsoever. But
Gotcha. Go ahead and make me a either deception or stealth, whichever you want, to just try to blend in with the scenery and not seem like you're you're just loitering.
all right, well, let's see. My deception is a 0 and my stealth is a 1. So let's go with
Yeah.
let's go with that stealth. You know what? Let's go ahead and use that hero point just so that I have the advantage.
Well, I'll say that this will be public, so you can hero point afterwards.
Okay.
About that hair cream.
Yep. Let's go ahead and re-roll that using a hero point. See if I can't get a decent number. Nope.
While he's walking back and he notices you standing at the corner, and even though you're nodding along with what he says, he looks over at you and says, "If I come back here in 10 minutes, you better not be standing there." And then he just keeps going his own way. He doesn't stay to, like, make sure the lesson's taken hold. He just, like, tells you, don't be here if he comes back.
All right. In that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my post, walk around the entire section, and so I can get to the other side of the street, the other side of the block.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm gonna try to move decently quickly without, like breakneck running. I don't want to draw attention to myself.
Yeah. Honestly, it seems like there are people out and moving about. It's not like there's a curfew, but there's not a lot of people idling on the streets. So
Yeah.
you get the feeling that moving around will help you blend in better than staying in one position. All right. Meanwhile, inside, Kara, Kor, and Asa, you get to the staircase that leads up. It is a wooden staircase. At the top, you see a nice wooden door. The walls become wooden. You get some wooden siding as you rise above the basement level and up to the first floor.
All right, I'm gonna sneakily peek through the door.
All right, go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Oh boy.
It can be open because you're actively doing it, and you'll know if it fails.
Oh god.
That was garbage. I'm gonna roll a hero point.
It was absolute
Yeah.
garbage.
Can I guess like aiding isn't
That's
really a
fair.
thing. And this one is it?
I'm happy with an 18 at least.
Aiding is a thing, but you need to justify how you're aiding.
Yeah, I guess there's not really much of a way to help look out a window.
Yeah, or peek through a door.
Yeah.
All right, you crack the door open enough that you can see the what's it called? The big open front room of this building. You see that the guard that was out front, seemingly stationed at the crossroads, is no longer out front of the building. Inside, this little lobby area looks quite nice. There's a couple little benches. There's a small fireplace in the corner with a few chairs. There's some tables set up with a few chessboards. You see that there's also a little check-in desk. You almost get the feeling that this is more of a hotel than an apartment.
Mm.
All right, anyone about?
There is, in fact, somebody behind the counter.
Oh.
They look like a human, but you see that they have almost like lines embedded in their skin of sort of twinkling energy.
Oh gosh, I hope it's not detecting people.
All right. Is there a way to get in without being seen by them, or did that just matter the stealth check?
Yes, so it's kind of like this. We'll haphazardly do a quick drawing thing, where we have, ignore that it says this is web.
But yeah. Purple on a purple background.
Yeah, it's not great. I gotta do some editing to the core thing here.
I
Text,
can
no way.
see it. It's like a corner like room with the desk probably in that flatter area.
Oh, it's white. It's just because it's dark in. Okay, so
Yeah.
if we do a light, let there be light. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, there we go. Okay.
Okay, so what we have basically is a little corner room area. You got like your fireplace area over here, some tables set up in the area. Ignore the web thing. There is the door into the cellar right here, which you all are coming up. There is the sort of entry desk area right here that the person's behind. And you can see a staircase leading up behind them. This is a very bad drawing, so just try to do your best.
Oh, yeah. It's okay.
So like somebody coming in would go this way, would check in, go around, and then up the staircase, right?
I mean, yeah.
You all are coming up the stairs here, so you're kind of outside of the vision of the person sitting
Yeah.
behind the desk,
Yeah,
because
kind
you're
of.
sort of behind and to the left of them.
Okay.
All right, I will whisper back the layout of the place to my two companions. But
Okay.
is she just like idling by? Is she reading or something? Just staying there waiting.
They do seem to be what's it called, reading something at the moment.
All right.
What's the distances?
I would say. Oh, hang on. I'm trying to get rid of that web name.
Well, no, I know it's part of the web. It's fine. Got it.
So I'd probably say we're looking at like 20 feet here.
20 feet? Okay. So you can, in theory, make that in a movement, yeah.
Yes. You just have to get a what's it called? You just risk this person noticing you if you roll poor stealth.
Yeah.
Unless there is a distraction or something out front, which could draw their attention away from you while you go past.
Is there
Okay.
anything like any like objects hanging out? Anything? A potted plant?
Yeah, there are a few benches against the wall. There's some tables with like chess tables. This is sort of a common room area, you get the feeling of. Not just a check-in, but also a common room where patrons and stuff can come down, play games, chess games, sit by the fireside, read, etc.
Okay. And that person behind the desk is the only person there?
At the moment, yes.
Okay.
Do you have mage hand?
Yes.
If there's a, is there like a over here? Is there like a chess table? You said.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you use the maze hand to knock over the chess table? She'll have to go up and explore and investigate it, and we can head upstairs while she's looking over there.
All right. Do we want to try and walk first and then use that as like a last resort, or do we want to just do it initially?
Can you do that as a reaction?
No, not as a reaction. You're right. It's just I just maintain the spell. I don't. Can I do that, Seth? Can I? Because I can sustain the spell. Like I can have it up and sustain it every turn, and it doesn't go away. But can I like ready a reaction for if like it looks as if she hears us, where I can knock it over? I'll post mage hand for you.
I don't think you can do it as a reaction, no, but you can do it proactively and just each turn keep messing with it, you know, while you're sneaking across.
Does sustain require me to do another verbal component, because it's going to be difficult to be magical and do a cast a spell?
So let's take a look.
Yeah, if you can't do it, I'll just go by myself and risk it, because since I have the best stealth, I'll have the best chance of getting through.
Well, the thing is that I can
No, it just says sustain is a concentrate action, so I don't think you actually need to keep doing the verbal.
Okay.
You just need to concentrate on it.
Yeah. Okay, then I can do that. I will explain that to Kara. I'll do the spell back here so it is quiet, and then I can move it out into the area and use it if we need it.
Okay.
All right. Once you knock over the chessboard, we'll head in.
Let's go.
Alright, I will cast Mage Hand, and then I can move it 20 feet, or I can move an object, so
Break a vase, maybe? I don't know.
yeah. It moves slowly up to 20 feet, so I can move it 20 feet and I can cast it within 30 feet. That's 50 feet. Is this within 50 feet at least?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. Alright, then I will do that. I will, Gosh, I don't want to violently flip it onto the ground.
Oh, just nudge it.
Yeah.
Just a nudge.
Nudge it onto the
Knock some
ground?
pieces over. Just knock
Yeah,
some
okay.
pieces over.
Yeah, I'll knock some pieces of the chessboard onto the floor.
All right. You go ahead and use Mage Hand and nudge some pieces from the chessboard over onto the ground. They don't seem to notice.
Huh. Are they deaf?
I mean, it's a few chess pieces just sort of tink, tink, tink onto the ground.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'll knock the whole chessboard onto the ground.
You knock the whole thing onto the ground, and a lot of noise fills up the room, which pulls the person's attention away from their book. What the? They start looking around for a moment, glancing over at the doorway, glancing at the, all around them for a brief moment. And yeah, they're going to get up and move over and be very perplexed by this, but start picking up the pieces.
All right,
Let's go.
Sneak, sneak, sneak.
Everyone roll me stealth.
All right.
Oh god, are we doing it public?
Yeah.
Or
Can
secret?
we?
Okay. Okay.
It
Alright.
is public because you're committing to the movement.
Alright. Committing
There's
to
no
the
way
movement.
to back out of it.
Oh
after
my
the roll.
goodness.
I'm
Oh, good.
redoing mine.
That was
I'm
me.
redoing
I thought Core's was mine, but it wasn't. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I rolled a 4. 1 second. I am using a hero point to reroll that. So. There we go. Much better.
All right, and all three of you are able to quickly move yourself across the room and to the staircase. You all get to the upper floor.
All right, it should be a little less stressful from here.
I hope.
When you get up to the top of the steps, there is a what's it called, like another sort of square, common room type place. Although this area seems to be a bit less sparse, and there are there are hallways heading out from this central room with doors. You are able to pretty easily determine where you are because there are also some windows that go out from this room. And you're able to find your way over towards where Milan lived.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm doing detect
Door.
magic again.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a perception.
God damn it. Do I have to? Can I roll perception with intelligence? Do I have to roll perception?
Yes.
It's such trash.
Okay. You activate detect magic to see if there is any magic, and in fact, you do see that there is some magic present on Milan's door.
Okay.
It is. 1 second. It is abjuration magic.
Ooh, okay.
All right, is it on all the doors or just his door?
Just his door. Well, for Asa, it's just his door.
Yeah, that's what she's asking Asa.
Nope, it looks like it's just on this door. It's abjuration, so it's protection magic.
Can you do anything about it?
Well, I don't have dispel magic, but can I do anything about it? Can I fucking figure out? Can I do anything about it?
You cannot pick it apart now. Not without dispel magic.
Yeah, okay. Can I... God, I can't even, like, recognize a spell, can I?
Make me an Arcana.
Okay.
I actually gave you more information than you really were
I
supposed
know,
to get.
I
You're
know.
supposed to just get that it's magical.
Yeah, because
You know, with
this
that arcana, you know that it's abjuration magic, and I will say that you also determined that it is the alarm spell.
awesome. Okay. I know the alarm spell, so
Great.
right. So it's the alarm spell, which means that hold on. Get my book quick.
Rude.
There's a password.
Oh?
Mhm. Hmm. So technically, we can sneak past it because we are aware that it exists. But it just depends on how powerful the spell is, and how powerful the person is who cast it. So possibly we could sneak past it, but we wouldn't know until, well, somebody showed up.
All right. Well, what happens if we don't pass through it? If we don't sneak past it?
Oh.
If we can sneak past it, we won't trigger it.
What if it is triggered?
Then it will send out either an audible alarm or a mental alert. So it just depends on what they picked. If it's a mental alert, then whoever cast it will know that it went off, or it could be a loud, audible noise. Sound and volume of a handbell. It's a very soft bell-like noise. It's just a handbell, really, ding ding. Right, it'll sort of sound like a handbell, so it's not super loud, but it is noticeably loud.
Okay.
So I don't know which one it is. You determine that when you cast a spell, and yeah. So
I'm
we
guessing it's
could.
going to be an audible alarm. That'd be my guess, because that'd be the worst for us.
Uh-huh. So,
How do you sneak past it?
well, we either sneak past it, being super stealthy, or if anybody can turn into a tiny creature, then we won't set off the alarm.
Oh, tiny creature.
Mhm.
Well,
I
can't
can try
do
to get
that.
past it, but I think it should just be me for doing that. Doing that. You guys might want to just get out of here.
What's your stealth right now, though?
I got +10.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I have a +6. That's not anything to sniff at.
Well, each roll that we make will be a possible failure and alert with the alarm.
True. But,
Yeah.
So
well, I got 1 hero point. So does Kara.
Let's go to the common room. Let's talk about this in the common room.
mm,
All
Is there,
right,
is
head
there
back
anyone
to
in the
second
common room?
floor. There's a couple people hanging around, yeah, but they don't seem to give a crap about you being there. They just figure that you're residents that they
Yeah.
haven't seen before.
Okay.
Buy us some time while we think about what we can do.
What about if we
Okay, so like this is like very secretive. I would wonder like is there a chance that we possibly could break into a different apartment without alarm and get into an adjacent apartment that way?
there was nothing on the outside of the building, right? You said there were no like fire escapes or anything. Were there balconies or was it just windows?
No.
Just windows.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about like going through a wall.
Going through a wall.
That would be loud.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know what magic spells
Maybe.
Asa has, but
We can if we had the silence spell, we wouldn't be having the problem that we're having right now.
I guess so.
But no, what about is it what's going to trigger the alarm? Just passing through the doorway, or is it if I try to pick the lock, is it going to trigger it?
Well, you'll oh my gosh. It just depends.
I would say based on what it looks like, interacting with the door triggers it.
So I'd have to pick the lock and do a stealth check, and then open it and do a stealth check.
Yeah.
So I have to make 2 stealth checks in order to pass
Which
through
also
this thing.
does mean, theoretically, if somebody were to come and, like, knock on the door, it would also trigger the alarm spell.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Once the alarm spell goes off, it's on, right? How long does it last?
Oh, like 8 hours.
It'll just blare for 8 hours?
Hmm.
Alright.
Fun. Well, may your tens carry us to safety.
Alright. I'm gonna go try to get the I need to pick the door too, so
If one person can get past it, does that mean more than one person can get past the door? Or
So the alarm spell can be tricked if you roll a high enough stealth check, right?
right.
Everybody has to roll that stealth check, otherwise you set off the alarm. It's not like
Yeah.
once you beat the stealth check, the alarm spell is dispelled. It just means that that person could trick the spell.
Okay, got it.
And says it's okay that I'm using all of this because I know this spell.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Alright, so likelihood of success is not great for the getting past that spell, but we need to try anyway. So let's plan for failure.
Okay.
And if you manage to unlock the door, then and it requires, a hero point. I have 3, so I can try to sneak in.
I got one left anyway.
All right.
For that.
What's an exit strategy for me if I'm at the door and the alarm goes off? What's an exit strategy for me, Sess? Is there a
there is
window
a
that I can get
window
out?
at the end of the hall that leads out into the side alley.
Okay. How far a drop is it?
You're on the second floor, so probably 10-foot drop, something like that.
10-foot drop?
Maybe a little bit more than that, but yeah, around there.
I can take a 10-foot drop. So I can have the door open. If the alarm goes off, I can just go straight for the window and just, like, out of sight.
I mean, yeah, we could open the window for you. You could just dive out if needed.
If you guys stay in the common room when the alarm goes off, then, it's not likely they're going to, notice that there's something up. You guys can just, like,
true.
walk out with the rest of the people.
All right, sounds good.
Just
Alright,
just try to see if you can get anything you can find.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
Alright, try to keep an eye out so no one sees me picking the lock.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, distract the people in the common room, I guess. Alright, I guess I'm gonna try and make 2 awesome stealth checks and a good thievery check. So yeah, let's just roll. Let's roll like we got all the dice in the world.
Okay.
Guidance is gonna help me on this.
No.
Just thinking if anything else I can do to help my ass
I could
right
cast Burning Hands. Would that help you?
No.
Oh, dang it! All right.
Bless work at all? No, that's a bonus to attack roll. Never mind. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that'll really be able to help. But
now. Alright, I'm gonna go to the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna get in position. I'm gonna whisper Reshvik, and then start picking the lock as stealthily as I can.
All right, go ahead and make me a secret stealth and a public thievery to pick the lock. Core, go ahead and make me a secret perception.
okay.
Let's see.
All right, Core's keeping a lookout. But Core, while you're in the middle of keeping a lookout, you hear a loud thud that makes you jump slightly as you see a mug has been slammed down onto your table, and a kobold hops up into his seat. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Oh, hi.
Y'all new here? Haven't seen y'all around before. I try to keep an eye on things, but I haven't seen you all around. Are you new here?
Yeah, we're new.
Oh, cool. What's y'all's names?
I am Lisa.
Oh, Lisa? That's a good name. Good name.
Mhm.
Yeah, good name. What about your friend?
Oh, and you can introduce yourself.
It's Ella.
Oh, Ella. That's a good name. Well, where do you all come from, if you don't mind my asking?
We've just recently come from up north.
Oh, up north, up north. Like up in the Brevoy place area?
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh.
we travel a lot, so around other places, you know, the River Kingdoms, it sort of changes all the time.
Sure does. You probably won't want to tell people if you've been up to Brevoy, though. You know, they kind of hate those people around here.
Oh, that's why we left.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I've been up there once. They're kind of didn't like me because I was a kobold and all that. But it is what it is.
Well, I understand how you feel.
While this conversation is going on, Kara, you begin to pick the lock. The tumblers don't seem to click into place for your first attempt. Go ahead and make me another.
All right, another stealth check.
Yep. All right, and that time it clicks into place. The door opens, or rather, the lock clicks open, and you can now open the door and pass through.
All right, another stealth check.
One second, my cat's
And
crying at me.
I'm gonna go use my last hero point to do this with advantage.
Okay. And you head on past the alarm spell and into the room. Meanwhile, at the table, the kobold is continuing to talk to Kor and Asa. So what brings you around these parts? You just traveling, just looking around? I mean, you said you traveled all over and all that. Have you all ever been to Numeria before? I've been up there once. It was a really cool place.
Mm-hmm. You know, there's a tournament about to start, and we'd like to watch that. What were you doing up in Numeria?
Oh, I heard that there was this cool stuff up there called star metals, and I was really interested in trying to get a trinket made out of star metals. I wanted to bring it back for my family.
Oh,
Your family
star
live
medal.
around here?
Oh, around here? No. I'm on the way back there, though. They live way down to the south.
Well, I hope you'll have a safe journey getting back to them.
Yeah, I hope so. I decided to stick around here for a little while, you know, spend some time, enjoy the sights, and being around a place where people don't have a problem with me. It's quite nice.
It's really nice when people sort of just let you do your own thing.
Sure is. By the way, what are you?
Me?
Yeah, I have no idea what you are, and I've been all over the place.
I don't know either. Do you know? No, wait, you just said you didn't know.
No, I don't know. I mean, you kind of have dragon features, kind of, but it's not like the dragons that I've seen. Well, not that
No.
I've seen a lot of them. I mean, I'm not trying to say like, oh yeah, I've been with all these dragons and stuff throughout my life, but you know, I've known a fair few. But yeah,
I'd
you don't look
imagine
like them.
so. No. I mean, I'm dragon-like, so I guess it's sort of like that. But, yeah, I don't really know. I'm trying to figure that out.
All right. While this conversation continues on, Kara, you get inside the room. The inside of the room is it looks like it was at one point well put together, but it has been stripped down to being a fairly Spartan room. Like you can see where there would have been a little table for a plant. There would have been, you know, spots for people to hang up photos, but all those things have been taken down and likely boxed up. In the main room that you're in, there is a small little kitchen area off to your left. A door against that same wall, just past the kitchen counter area. There is also a door to the right side, and there is a single window on the wall opposite the way that you entered.
All right, I'm not gonna remember all that, but I'm just gonna start looking around.
So basically, big room, kitchen stuff here, doorway, entry, door to the left, door to the right, window.
Alright, go search this room I'm currently in first, see if there's anything, like any loose floorboards, anything hidden.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a perception to start searching the area. Alright, you take a little bit. Actually, let me ask, how long do you want to take to search this place? So how thoroughly are you trying to check?
What's a good number?
Thoroughly, buddy.
I'm doing a cursory glance for now because I want to check up the other rooms, but I'm just using my basic knowledge to just of thievery and stuff to be like, where would I hide something in here? Trying to figure out like anything that, since it's very Spartan, I'm just being like, do some knocking and stuff on the floorboards and stuff.
You check around with some floorboards, but you don't find anything that pops out to you. It looks like, although there are some that are loose, they don't seem to be concealing anything. They're just loose from not having been maintained well.
Alright, I will enter through the doorway to the left.
Alright, you find a small little study with another door. You see that there is a desk over near the side, as well as some bookshelves along the walls.
Bookshelves. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Alright, now I'll go ahead and start looking through this place next.
Alright. Oh, go ahead.
I'll say like, probably try to keep it like tight on each one just until I can hopefully find something good. But, yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a perception. Another secret perception to search. Alright, you take a quick cursory glance over. You see that although there are some books, they seem to be mostly common ones. The desk is empty of stuff. There's nothing on top of it, nothing in the drawers. And yeah, nothing jumps out to you when you search through this area. Not in a cursory glance.
I'll go through this door.
Restroom.
Alright, and I'll head over to this door. This is probably the bedroom.
Yes, there is in fact a big bedroom over here. Bed.
Alright, I'll search the bedroom.
Alright, and roll me another perception. Alright, you take a brief moment to look through the bedroom, and one thing jumps out to you that seems very strange. You see that in a bundle in the corner, like right back over here in this spot, you can see that there are what must be 2 to 4 sets of bed linens. They each have been pulled off and seem to have been ruined in one respect or another. The clothy material having been torn and ripped.
But the bed's fine. But the bed's fine. It's just the linens have been mangled.
Yes, it's also the fact that there are multiple sets of them that seem kind of strange, and they are all torn. The ones that are on the bed seem to be fine, but the ones are just piled up off to the side. It seems like this person had a lot of like fucking bed linens were getting destroyed repeatedly in a short period of time.
But there's nothing else like suspicious about it, just a pile of linens.
Yeah, that are ripped and torn, and look like they've been washed. I'll add that too.
Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to the study and do a more
Alright.
thorough search of the study.
Alright, about how long are you taking with it?
I will take 5 minutes.
Alright, a good thorough search through. Go ahead and make me a perception.
I am going to sort of not excuse myself, but just get up while talking to the kobold to kind of be casually like walk around the little common room and look at what's around there. Because the kobold seems to be very interested in core. And then I would like to cast a message to... Oh shit, do I have to see her? God damn it.
Yeah, you have to
Thank you,
see them,
Dan.
I think.
I forgot that. I forgot. I shouldn't have to see her. It should work
Should be
without.
mini sending. I want mini sending.
Well, that's what
I know,
message
right?
is in 5e.
Yeah, I know. It's useful like in combat in split situations where you have to like convey information
But it's not
secretly, I
useful.
guess, but
Because at heightened third, the spell's range increases to 500 feet. How am I supposed to see somebody 500 feet away?
yeah,
They're
that
standing
is
on the podium, like giving a speech towards
Mhm.
them, and you're just feeding them words to say.
I
Oh,
get
Down
like
the road, across
No,
a field,
that
across a
seems
chasm.
so silly.
From a
um,
hill.
No,
Especially when
none
you
of those
have
work.
things
500 feet is might as well be 600 miles. This is
Yeah.
bullshit. I'm gonna find whoever made. I'm gonna email Paizo and get an official ruling that you don't have to see the person.
Oh my god.
I'll be back. Never mind. I forgot about message. Damn it, because I could use it. Damn it. Never mind. Never mind.
It's okay. I'm sure something will happen where it'll feel like we can communicate with each other across vast distances. Maybe.
Well,
I
no
don't
one
know.
thinks that.
Look, you hush.
All right. Kara, while you take time to search the room more thoroughly, you do in fact find something. While searching through the desk, although most of the stuff has been emptied out of here, you find that there is a little hideaway slot on the bottom side of one of the drawers. There's one of those like false bottom panels. Beneath it, you find a journal, a pouch, a couple daggers, and a few bottles. They are all packed up tightly beneath that panel, as to not make any sound while the thing is slid in and out of the drawer is moved.
I take all of that. Shove
All
it in
right,
the bag
you
of
grab
holding.
all of it. You shove it in the bag of holding.
All right. I'm gonna go back in that go back in the bedroom. I'm going to investigate the torn linens.
All right, do me a perception check. And how quickly are you looking to scan through them? Are you
Not-
looking to take
I'm-
your time?
I'm taking my time. I'm not taking my time with it. I'm just like picking them up, looking through them. Like
Okay.
see why they were torn up. Just try to like deduce what's up with them.
All right. It doesn't take you too long. Although the stuff has been washed multiple times and ripped up, you see little bits, very faint amounts. You see little bits of that same substance that was on the glass.
That's what I thought. All right.
You are able to reasonably piece together that this person was probably dealing with transformation effects.
All right. Now I have a choice. What's out the window?
The
Cool.
front street.
Front street, and there's guards on there and stuff?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try and sneak past the alarm one more time.
All right, let's go ahead and roll a stealth to get past
Oh god.
I want to see all these rolls. afterwards.
Yeah, I want to as well. I'm scared.
I love the secrecy.
No,
Well,
come on,
that's
get off the
great.
show,
We
you
It's
know.
can-
it's like having a DM screen again.
You don't have to find out what the rules are. I'm curious.
All right. And you sneak back out and close the door behind you.
All right.
Are you leaving it like that?
Leaving it shut?
Leaving it shut but unlocked?
Yeah, I'll lock it again if it's something I can do with it. That's not gonna have to make another stealth check.
You will have to make another stealth check to re-engage the lock. Do you risk one more?
Wait, can't I just flip it as I go out?
Yeah. Well, it's any interaction with the door, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll try and lock the door. We'll go for broke here.
Go for it.
Scared.
All right, you lock the door, you sneak out, and you close it. The door
Okay.
clicks shut. Locked.
Oh, okay.
I just can't. I'm sitting here just like, I can't believe that I didn't fuck this up at least once. This has to be fucking up somehow. So I'm just gonna go to the common room.
Rogues!
Like, I'm just looking at this gift horse straight in the mouth right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
You get to the common room, and you see that there is a kobold eagerly chatting with Core.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
come on, we're going.
Anyway, it turned out that there were actually 3 of my cousins inside of it, controlling it from inside. It was nuts. We had no idea the whole time.
Wow, that's really cool. Oh, Kara.
No, she wouldn't have. No, they wouldn't
Okay.
have. They would not have
Sir.
said Kara. They would
That
not
would
have
have
said
been
that.
Oh!
amazing.
Carl!
That would have
No.
been so good.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious. But, yeah, 1 second. They would, yeah.
Oh, Alfie's. There you are.
Damn, throwing her under the bus. She's wanted in Golarion now, bro.
All right. Well, here, we're ready to go.
Oh, Vishkanya, I haven't seen one of you in a while.
Hello.
Ready?
Hi, how you?
Hi.
This, obviously, he would have introduced his name by now, right? What's his
Oh
name?
yeah, if you inquire. His name is Grosk.
This is Grosk.
Oh, hey, Grosk.
Hey, how's it going? They raise up a mug and they take a drink.
Oh, hey, Grosk. Maybe a weird question. How long have you been living here?
Oh, I've been here for about a month or so. I
Really?
paid up front. I'm figuring I'm gonna be here for another month, and then I'm probably gonna hit the road again.
All right,
Oh,
let's
okay.
go ahead and get going.
Hey, oh, no, we gotta, I'd ask you some more questions, but we gotta go.
All right,
There's-
have a good
oh.
one.
We're having a party, I think. Anyway, hope to see you later.
Have a good one. They take another swig of their drink. They hop off of the chair, and they start heading down one of the nearby hallways. Actually, they head down the hallway that Kara just came from, and you can hear them talking to something as they go.
Talking to something?
Yep.
Can I make a perception check to see what?
Do you have an imprecise sense?
No, I do not.
Then no, there's no reasonable chance of success.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and.
It looks like he's talking to himself.
Oh.
Alright. I'm gonna go
Okay.
get
Great.
Ace and
Great.
Core.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're good to go.
All right.
Yep, I'll start walking along.
Yep.
All right, now is the window to the alleyway clear?
The other side, yes. You all had prepped to go out the one that was down the, the hallway that was with Milan's room,
Yeah.
but that one has the kobold walking through it. So does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So,
have
so
to-
do we have an exit? Is what I'm asking. I guess then.
Yeah, you
An
can go out
easier
the
exit?
other side. You can go out the
Okay.
other side.
Okay.
All right, and that's clear.
Yep.
All right. Let's go.
All right, you go over. You get to the window.
Just take a peek outside. Make sure everything's clear.
You look around outside. You don't see anything.
All right.
It looks like this is the alley that you originally were in when you went through the undercroft, the cellar.
All right. You guys all good to jump down here?
Of course.
Sure.
It's okay, I got you. If,
Thanks.
anything weird happens and stuff.
Car will go first.
All right, so Carl opens up the window. Okay, Carl opens up the window. It's a 10-foot drop. You can easily just sort of lower your legs down, keep your hands on the windowsill until you're hanging, and then drop. No
Alright, so-
damage.
All right, awesome.
Okay. I'll go next, I guess.
Same thing. You all are tall enough. You can do this so long as you take your time.
Yeah, we all made tall characters for the win.
Hell yeah! Next, wait till we have to crawl through a sewer, and then we're all fucked.
The true best play here would have been for one of you to be one of the bouncy leshies, where you're
Oh,
immune
yeah.
to all fall damage.
I love
Nice.
that.
Doesn't matter how
Bouncy.
far you fall, you don't take fall damage.
Oh my god, you're like a bouncy lily pad.
All right, so Asa, do you come out?
Nah, just hang out.
All right, and we're
All
gonna
right,
get
you
out here.
climb out. You are leaving the window open.
I guess core. Like, who's got strength?
don't have any strength. What are you talking about?
You both are down on the alleyway floor at the moment, and
Yeah.
Asa is just now climbing out of the window.
All right, I can get on. I can piggyback core because I got 12 strength. I can just lift her. I assume I can lift her up on my.
Oh yeah, I could.
We
yeah,
can't
we
hear you, Becca. Becca has a
Oh yeah,
voice.
she's
glitch.
mage hand. She can just close it with mage hand.
Yeah.
Thank God someone said it. I've been holding my fucking tongue.
I forgot she had
Uh,
mage hand.
Yeah. Do you want to mage hand it up? Oh god.
Mage hang, obviously. Also, much better than mage hand.
Yeah, you might have to restart Discord if it's being dumb, but
All right, based on what was said in Discord, Asa climbs out and uses Mage Hang to pull the window shut.
All right.
Mage hang.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mage
Yeah, oh,
hang.
yay? Yay? Okay,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah.
Mage hang. God damn it.
Mage hang. Y'all, we should I guess we're just gonna call it that from now on.
Well, we
There's
are
two-
hanging out a window. But yes, of course I would use Mage Hand. It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
You guys are like, could you get on the... And I'm just like, I'll
Well,
just
yeah.
close it with Mage Hand.
Yeah, and we couldn't hear
Close.
you because we're stupid.
I know.
Meanwhile,
okay.
Maddie and Bo, while you all are evading that guard who seems to really have it out for people who are just standing around in the streets, you do eventually see that Asa, Core, and Kara come out of the side window of the building.
I give the sign language to Maddie down the street, saying, let's go.
I see a crazy guy waving his hands around that I can't see shit from this far away.
You fucking try, damn it. It's a block.
I don't have telescopic eyes. I can't make out what fingers are being used.
Maybe. I
What's
think
supposed to be poison? God.
I think a
This
block
is-
away in a city you'd be able to tell.
At night?
And on night too, yeah, night's the hard part, that's true.
I do
Wow.
have dark vision, but
Well,
but once she sees that, she's like, "All right, cool, I'm out." Maddie's gonna walk away.
If anyone is like, wow, why is Core like cool at lying? And I'm like, their deception is a +3. Just saying.
in the alleyway where they are like away from it, I wait until one of them looks my way, and I give them a nod, and then I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna head back towards the tavern. The Broken Knee.
Cool.
All right, you head back to the Broken Knee.
Yep. Head back to the broken.
Everyone
Knee.
else? All right, you all
Yeah.
find your own
Actually,
way.
I'm gonna take core and I'm gonna take Ace, and we're gonna go a long roundabout way in case something's up.
Yeah, I want to keep my eyes out if anyone's following us.
All right, go ahead and roll me another stealth check to lose the trail.
Okay.
This will just be for Kara, since Kara is sort of leading everybody along.
Okay.
Secret.
Yes.
Can I?
And
I
yes,
just-
you can roll perception to keep an eye out.
Okay. Is that public or private?
Gathering information, it'll be secret.
Okay.
All right, you all take some time and you try to keep some distance. Try to scatter where you're going and whatnot to make it hard for somebody to follow your trail. But Court, you get the feeling that you are in fact being trailed.
We're being followed.
What? By who?
I don't know, but I know it.
All right, I'll try again, and I'll take it even more.
Try to be
I-
more
I-
sneaky.
I- I am just going to very casually, as usual, cast Cloak of Shadow around me, which is a 20-foot emanation to reduces bright light to dim light, and so it just makes everything very dark. And we're not undetected, but we're concealed. Well, I'm concealed, but yeah.
Oh.
I wanna sort of start hanging back if Core mentions that there's somebody following us.
Yeah. I don't think I can see them.
It's fine.
I think I just know that there's some kind of a presence.
It's fine.
I'm not
I
sure
will
what
just
it is.
start.
It's a very
I will
strong
just start.
sense.
Yeah, I'll start hanging back away. I'll let Kara know that I'm dropping back, and I will just sort of stick to the shadows, but just be a darker shadow amongst the shadows, I suppose. And I'll start keeping a lookout for anybody who's following them. I know how to get back, so I'm not worried about finding my way back.
All right, so you let Core and Kara basically be bait while you hide, and then hope to find whoever is tailing them. Go ahead and roll me a stealth using your Cloak of Shadows to keep you concealed, and then roll me a perception to see if you can spot
That thing you love.
that roll you love to
Okay.
make.
I am going to use a hero point to roll advantage on my secret stealth.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, go away hero point. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't automatically do advantage, does it?
I wonder
there's-
because if you roll, hold on. I'm just gonna press keep higher and see if that rolls too.
Yeah, that should do it.
Did it roll two?
Oh, yeah, there you
It
go.
did roll 2, and it kept
Awesome.
it higher.
Awesome. Cool.
Oh yeah, because it's a fortune effect. Yep. All right, and you wanted the fortune on the perception check? I thought you wanted a
Yes.
stealth check.
No, not on the stealth check, on the perception check. Because my perception's shit.
Okay. You go ahead and you keep to the shadows, and as you are trying to keep an eye out, watching Kara and Core for as long as you're able to manage, you don't spot anything following them, but you do feel a presence nearby.
Like a freaking Farseer or some shit? I don't know.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
All right, you cast Detect Magic, and you see that there is another little blot of shadow, not too far away from yours. Within it, you see a small, probably halfling-sized, skeletal creature outlined in the shadow.
Okay. Oof.
Skeletal creature?
Excellent. Okay.
They're about 20 feet away from you and approaching.
Approaching me?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I will just stay in my little cloak of shadows and act nonchalant.
The small skeletal creature, wreathed in a shadow the same as you, moves up to where the blotting shadow kind of blocks out most sight. Both of the dim lights becoming pretty much blackness in this sort of back alley type area. And you just hear the voice of the skeletal creature say, out and prowling about, huh?
Well, sometimes you just like to not be seen.
Yeah, true enough. What were you doing hopping out of a window, huh?
Well, I don't know. What were you doing watching the window?
Oh, well, I'm a watcher. I like to keep an eye on things,
Ew.
especially stuff that happens in buildings with lots of people, residences, especially those who might be implicated in certain things with certain people of interest.
Interesting. You seem to have a lot of possible motivations.
Like I said, I'm a watcher. I like to keep an eye out on stuff that happens in my territory.
Oh, this is your territory.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Right. Do you work alone or do you watch for other people?
I watch for my own purposes, but that does sometimes coincide with other people's motivations. What
That's
about
understandable.
you? What leads you into an apartment building?
Well, the residence, of course. Also, I'm possibly looking for a place to stay. I'll be here for a few months, so...
And it makes sense that you'd want to hop out of the window after that.
You never know when a bow will come calling and then you have to make a quick exit.
3 of you?
Well, some parties are more exciting than others.
Tell you what, I'm going to do you a professional courtesy, and I'm just going to go ahead and keep this one to myself. But do me a favor and don't go prowling around my territory anymore, alright?
Understandable. And I appreciate the favor. Do you have something I can call you, or are we just going to go our separate ways?
I think we just go our separate ways for now. After all, names are information and information's power. And I think it's in both of our best interests that we just go our separate ways for the time being.
Very well. Have a good night. Good luck with your watching.
And good luck with your whatever you're getting into. The little skeletal creature that's outlined by the magic of the dark shadow starts to walk away. As they get some distance away from you and they're starting to get back towards the main street, the cloak of shadow disappears and you find that they look very much like a halfling in a trench coat with a like one of those like investigator hats, you know. I don't know what you call them.
Fedora?
A fedora,
Is it
yeah.
a fedora?
Well, yeah,
No,
I think it's
they're
a trilby?
kinda- A trilby?
Maybe a trilby.
Okay.
Yeah, fedora's more mobster kind of bullshit.
Yeah. Trilby is it. Just like but a more like leathery trilby almost, where it's like has a very wide brim to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
almost
a wide
yeah.
brim hat that's almost as wide as its shoulders.
Cool. No,
Okay.
I love hats like that. Can I have a hat like that? Man?
I will follow the route that I would think that Kara would take back, but I'm not looking necessarily for Kara and Core. I'm just heading back to the Broken Knee.
All right, and you all finally rally back up at the Broken Knee.
Oh, I don't think I ever lied so much in my life.
So what happened to all of you?
Congratulations.
Well, half truth, I guess.
All right, we'll see what we got here. And I'm gonna take out the stuff.
All right, you take out the items. You have the
We're probably in a room. We're not
Yeah.
in the.
Oh, right in the middle of the
room.
tavern.
Yeah, we-
Everybody come look.
We're not doing
Yeah.
this in the tavern.
All right, yeah, you're inside of one of the rooms that you all have. Yep, you have
Yeah.
a journal. You have the daggers. You have the 2 bottles of poison. Was there anything else that I say?
Oh, you had 2
Oh, and the pouch. And the pouch.
I'll look at the
Detect magic
journal.
on all of it. Well, detect magic on all of it.
No, who cares? Already, it's too late.
I know,
Too
buddy.
late. It's cursed. We're dead.
No, so much worse. So much worse than death.
Oh, we know what that was.
Is there magic on any of it?
As they said, detect magic on it?
Yeah.
There is magic in the bottles.
Okay, but the daggers, the pouch, and the journal don't have magic?
Not that is detectable.
Now I'll read the
Yeah.
journal.
Not that's
Conrad's
detectable.
in the journal. Kara's gonna look at the journal.
Oh,
Alright.
I guess we both reach for it.
No, I have it in hand. I'm the one who had it.
What language is the journal in?
Well, what page are you opening up to? Let's just say pages 1 to 100.
Let's start with just go straight to like page 45.
Page 45 is written in Common.
All right, page 75.
Page 75 is written in Aklo.
I speak at and read Aklo.
You do. I'm more just pointing out that there has been a change of language somewhere along the course of this,
It's
of
like-
this journal.
Is like page
Excellent.
like 65 Aklo? Like where's is it multiple languages, or is it common to Aklo and that's it?
As Kara scans through it, she sees that it is a gradual change from Common into Aklo, with sort of the middle bit of the middle to later portion around the like 65 to 75 range. Aklo is starting to seep into the Common, sort of in the same way that like bilingual folks will sometimes switch between two languages in the middle of conversations with people. The same kind of thing, where they're speaking Common and Aklo interchangeably, until eventually it becomes full-on Aklo.
Huh. Okay, I guess that's like.
What is
Anyway, go
what
on.
is Aklo? Like
Guess
language-wise?
Kara can tell us.
Well, I
For
mean,
Kara to share.
well, like it's not something I know. Yeah.
Well,
If
you're
you
not
don't
even
know
seeing
it.
this part of the journal, so this is just what Kara is learning
Okay.
as she sees it, so she'll
Yeah.
have to share that.
All right, I can read this. I'm gonna go ahead and go through it. You guys start going through the other stuff and see what we can figure out from it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and
um,
identify the poisons.
Uh,
All right,
Do you
what are
need-
you using to identify it?
God, the Arcana.
All right, go ahead and roll me an Arcana to identify. You
Uh,
can do it
Alrighty.
open since you're doing an active success-fail check.
I'll
Okay.
just be actively helping Asa, but I'll probably
Okay, to
use
13.
medicine to try to figure out what these poisons are. Is that probable?
Only if they are medicine-related, which, go ahead and make me a medicine check to try to aid.
28?
You safely determine that these things are not medically related.
Oh, definitely not medical.
Asa, you spend 10 minutes trying to analyze the vials, and you're coming up unsuccessful. You're not even sure if they are Arcana or not.
All right. Well, if Kara's gonna keep like, if it seems like we have another 10 minutes, then I'll try with
Yeah, Kara's got like
Probably.
100 pages of this to go through, so she's gonna be occupied for a little bit.
Okay. Well, Arcana's my best bet, but I guess I'll try Nature. Take 2 minutes to try Nature.
I can help a little bit with the nature, but
Hmm.
nah, you don't need it.
Well, I might.
Oh, I can. Oh,
All
yeah.
right. With your nature check, you can determine that what these things are, what these bottles are, is going to be Arcana. They are not in the realm of natural magics.
Awesome.
Big fuck you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Big,
it was. All right.
big, fat.
I'll
shitty-
sigh, and then I'll look over at Maddie. Maddie, do you want to see if you can help me with this, these vials? I know that they're Arcana, but I'm not sure what they are.
Sure. Maddie will walk over and start look at him.
Okay, go ahead and make Arcana checks. Maddie to aid.
Arcana. Roll.
Alright, Maddie with the successful aid. Asa gets a +1 for a 14. Asa, it takes you a little bit, but with the help of Maddie and thinking back...
13?
To the original row.
24.
Oh, 24. I thought you said 14. I was like, no, it's a 24.
Yeah, my
Okay.
bad.
All right. Okay.
Sorry, I was thinking one thing, but trying to say, yeah. You are able to determine by looking at this, the reason why it wasn't picked up as your detect magic is that this vial is holding anti-magic. It is an elixir of nullifying magic.
Oh. Okay.
So it comes up as non-magical.
Interesting.
Who the hell carries around vials of anti-magic?
People who really want not to have magic around.
While this question is coming up, Kara, you've been spending about a half hour reading this person's journal, and it's talking about their adventures in Fort Liberthane, etc. I'm going to give you a bigger lore dump after this.
Cool.
But to the direct question that Maddie speaks out, you can tell that Milan is aware of a transformation that's happening in their person, and they started becoming very concerned about what was happening to them. So they started getting these bottles of anti magic to try and repress what was happening inside of them. It was one of their desperate measures to stop this transformation.
Carl will relay that to Maddie as she asked the question. Yeah, apparently this guy was trying to slow his transformation or stop it with his anti-magic potions.
So it is Milan?
That's what it looks like.
You said there's
I wonder why
daggers?
he didn't tell anyone.
Maybe he couldn't.
You said there's daggers?
Yep, a pair of daggers.
I'll look over those. Is there anything on the blade or hilts? Like anything, any symbols, writing, anything like that?
Yes, the hilt of each dagger bears a different house symbol, sort of ornamented into the knife. One of them is for House Kilvis, and the other one is for... is for House... Telek.
Okay. That's Edwin's house, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, can I take them and just like lightly kind of throw them at the wall? I'm sort of one to test to see like if I just lightly throw it and it's a normal dagger, it should just like maybe stick a little bit and then fall. But maybe if it's a extremely good metal or magical or something, it might slice through the wood easier. So I just want to see they're testing that way.
Sure. You toss them at the wall, and they stick in a reasonable amount, about what you would expect.
All right, so probably both just the same, but it has.
However, I will say that just a quick glance at it would show that it is made out of some type of precious metal. You're just not sure what it is at first glance.
Both are.
Yes.
Okay.
What would you need in order to figure out what metal it is?
Crafting.
Oh, okay.
Or
yeah, that makes
nature.
sense. Oh, well, I'll try to figure it out. I mean, if I don't know it, I don't know it. I'm sure it might be a bit of a high check, but whatever. Yeah, nah.
No, unfortunate.
Maddie's gonna try with a crafting check.
I was gonna sit in the corner because there's no one to talk to.
Nice.
You can talk
Everyone's
to me.
doing fucking
I
bullshit.
can't. I don't have any skills. I don't have any skills.
I'm just a big dumb fighter who hits things.
Can I lie to somebody? Does anybody want to be lied
Where's
to
where's
right
my
now?
where's my society check?
Does anybody want to be lied to?
Okay, the dagger from House Kilvis is made of sovereign steel, while the dagger from House Telek is made out of silver.
What's special about sovereign steel?
1 second.
I guess we're about to find out.
The other one being made of silver is interesting. It's like for beasts and shit.
Yeah.
Scary things.
Most
Anti-scary
telex.
things, yeah.
As well.
There might be more subtle of a difference in this game, but I'm not sure.
Give me 1 second. I need to confirm that I didn't mix up a piece of lore here.
Nice.
That's fine.
Said I'm not an expert on this shit yet.
I'm really disappointed by that. I expected you to have called in sick every single day to your job and memorized all the Pathfinder lore.
Why are we waiting?
Okay,
I'm
yes.
quitting.
Sovereign Steel is a type of alloy created by mixing cold iron and the sky metal Nokwal.
Ooh,
It
Wow.
comes from Numeria.
so that's some rare shit.
All right, well, Maddie's gonna go look over at the two daggers real quick and go, that one's made out of silver, and then she's gonna go back to look at the potions that stop, look back over, walk over, just... I think this is supposed to be Sovereign Steel. What the
No. What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, this is Numeria metal.
This was the Kilvis dagger?
Yeah,
Yes.
This is expensive.
it is expensive. Did we notice any of the? God, I don't notice shit. My perception's 5. Did did we notice if any of the other guards or the duelists were wearing this kind of metal in House Kilvis?
I could try to recall.
don't know.
In-house Kilvis,
Mm-hmm.
no, nobody that you saw had Sovereign Steel. The only person that would jump out to you as having had Sovereign Steel was the Numerian barbarian who was going to challenge Bo to a duel, but then Bo backed out of it really
Yeah.
quickly because that looked bad.
Oh, the Numerian barbarian. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Bar, etc.
Sovereign Steel. That's extremely rare. And why would Malone have it? Why would it be on a dagger marked with a house? Very interesting.
I don't know if it means anything.
It could be a family heirloom.
Well, both the daggers, are they like outside of the symbol? Are they damn near identical, or are they of different styles? Do they look like they're made
Yeah,
by different
there's-
craftsmen?
There is different stylings to each of them.
Okay.
You can fairly easily put together that different blacksmiths created each of these, different weaponsmiths. But they are each... they both carry the iconography of their respective houses
Mhm.
in similar ways. So you get the feeling that it's like each house has their own way of sort of making these daggers. And it's probably a type of a sort of status symbol or something like that.
Bo points towards a silver dagger and he goes, so Edwin, and then the other one, and Malone? Maybe some sort of trade? Down when they were fighting in the south? No,
Maybe.
why would he have both? There's still
It
so
could
much
also
we
be a
don't know.
family. It could be a family heirloom. I mean, that stuff's expensive and rare. Maybe his family did something impressive, was awarded it. Hell, it could come from a duel.
Though interesting, I'm also highly interested to see if this transformation can be reversed. It feels like a curse or something.
Milan isn't blood related to the house, correct?
No, but not that I don't think so. But it could be a curse related to something else that he could have gotten involved with, right?
Mhm. Wouldn't the vials of anti-magic work against a curse, though? I mean, I also assume that stuff is,
No.
straight poison to a human body. But what do I know?
I don't know. I think it
think
would
it just
kind of depend.
depends.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and roll that for when Seth gets back.
I want it to depend.
Well,
Yeah.
that'd go great.
You're doing great, babe. 9.
That's the best kind of roll for that particular item.
I'll nature check on that one myself as well. I doubt that, or
I assume it's also like a pretty. I rolled a nature check, got a 9 to know if the anti-magic would just be kind of like poison to the regular human. I assume it would be poison to the regular human.
It would.
Potion?
With a 9, you're not really sure, but you could probably make that assumption.
I'll just roll it because, well, medicine, I actually just
That's probably a
Confirm
better
it.
check.
Yes, I passed technically.
Well, depending on your check.
Well, you pass for yeah. It depends on the level of the
I
check.
know.
You are unsure, as Sovereign Steel is a rare, so the DC is actually 5 higher than normal.
No.
Uh,
I meant
anti-magic.
anti-magic.
Oh, sorry for the anti-magic.
Yeah.
You would think that it would depend on the mixture. Anti-magic by its nature isn't necessarily poisonous or anything to humans, but if the mixture was done poorly, it's very possible that there was something else in it that resulted in that, and it being harmful.
There could, I think it, not that your concern isn't warranted, Maddie, but I think it would also depend on the mixture. It could be that even though this is anti-magic, there could also be something else in it that could be negative.
Maddie's gonna shrug. Again, going back to the curse concept, I think the anti-magic would work to stop it, even if it didn't kill him.
Well, it also depends on the competency of who made this.
I mean, honestly, until Carl is done reading that journal, there's no real thought in, pushing forward.
No,
That'll be all of the
but-
answers in there.
Maybe, hopefully. I mean, I
Well,
think
we'll
the
know
hard
him
part.
buying where the anti-magic came from, why he wanted it. I mean, these aren't just things you pick up at the grocery store. He
Well, we know he wanted it because I think he was trying to prevent this transformation with these tendrils.
Right. It's really unfortunate because that means that he wasn't a willing participant in this. Somebody
Maybe.
hurt him and
Yeah.
experimented on him.
Could have
Yeah.
been Edwin.
It could have been, but then again,
Someone that high?
it brings the question of why. Why would Edwin want the stone? What is he trying to do?
He wants something. I
Mhm.
mean, at the very least, Milan's friend used one of his last breaths before he passed out for God knows how many days to tell us Edwin and the forest. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
So maybe Milan did tell him something about this. He just
What if-
couldn't get it out.
What if Edwin's not the perpetrator, but another victim, and they were trying to tell us where Edwin was going so that we could save them?
Well, possibly.
Very possible.
We'll have to, ask questions.
why would Edwin hide this from his house? That he's being hunted
The
by Milan.
same thing
Well,
that Maddie said about Milan. Can't. We've physically seen that there are times when you can't speak about something because
I mean-
you've been forced not to.
What if you're turning into a weird tentacle monster? What do you do?
Well, I'm more focused on Edwin and why he would want to flee, or rather, not try to tell others.
Maybe he's also turning into a weird tentacle monster.
That's a lot of what ifs and
Yep.
suppositions again.
So we need to.
We'll
Because
have to go to the Narlands. Not that that's going
Yeah.
to be very helpful.
Well, we have
It's a
no.
big place.
We have no narrow search. It's a problem.
No.
This journal has to give us something, or else we are dead in the water outside of a massive forest.
It's possible to track people. I'm able to do it.
This forest is miles on miles. Cities,
Yeah,
large,
but-
multiple cities.
Yes, but if we know what we're looking for, like in the journal, then perhaps I could be able to identify markers of where they're going. They can't just have been randomly in the forest. Maybe there's a location that they're trying to be at. There's signs of that sort of
Well,
thing.
this is what we're saying. The journal is the only lead. Outside of that, if we don't find anything, we have a forest that is miles and miles long, so there's no real use
Yep.
in thinking on anything else outside of that.
Act like you never tracked a monster a day in your life.
It's
It's all about hunting.
that you can't just hunt in a country.
I'm not
The
saying
forest
harm.
is unbelievably large.
Yeah, so is a swamp.
No, a swamp is a smaller thing.
No, it isn't.
If
Doesn't have to be.
it's so.
I'm not saying it's impossible to find something in the forest, even if it's the only thing we have to go off of. It isn't impossible.
Well, impossible is quite a high level of restriction, but probable is another one that I like to operate around more, and the probability of finding a random lead in the forest is very, very low. Not impossible, as you say, but very improbable. Hopefully the journal will give us some sort of hint. If not, I don't believe any of us have extremely sharp tracking abilities, so we may need to find a spell, or
I do, actually.
you have specialized tracking abilities?
My survival is a +7.
Okay.
We just along the river we went. Just that side of where we're going is 5 times larger than the city we're in, and that's just the edge that we saw.
There's also the fact that there's reason to believe that Mason is secreting this acid. That is also apparent, and that is also a sign to possibly look for.
Sure, but we'd have to, again, 5 times larger than the city we're in. We have to have a lead. It's unbelievably large. Finding an acid trail wouldn't be possible.
That's fine. Core doesn't believe it, but
After probably an hour or so, Kara gets through the whole journal.
All right. We need to find a falling star. Apparently, there was a falling star in the woods that we need to try and track down.
a falling star.
What?
How long ago?
I don't know.
There's no dates?
It's a bit incoherent toward the end.
A falling star or starfall?
No,
No,
it's not
Starfall
the
would have
star.
been the planet destruction. And
Yeah.
another Starfall would be fucking terrible.
No, Starfall is the capital of Numeria,
Well, also that. But it's...
which is where the
So,
dominion of the back is located, and where the cult of Zamus stems from, possibly.
and we
No,
do
the,
have the Sovereign Steel's dagger.
The daggers aren't important. The daggers are the mementos. They played games. They dueled for them. They each were honored with a dagger, and they basically do duels to decide who gets to keep them.
No, called it.
Him and Edwin.
Okay.
Right, so
Well-
him and Edwin were quite friendly. You know what, Kara? Why don't you just give us the entire explanation without us interrupting?
He went over to war. He went over down to Liberthane, like he said. He went to some war stuff, made friends with Edwin. Then there was a falling star down there. They went to explore the falling star, and then things got weird.
Yeah.
They're looking for this. They're looking for They found the fallen star, and then they started talking about the eye that watches and the tendrils that grasp. Lots of real occult stuff that really fits in well with the cult.
The eye
That's
within the
weird.
tendrils that grasp?
I don't think this is a political play. I think they need the ring for something magical and necessary. This is something that the cult of Xanax wants for the ring itself. I think I was wrong about it not being a coincidence that this is happening now.
Seth, would I know those monikers of the eye that watches and the whatever, the tentacle that grasps or something?
Eye within the tentacle grasp.
Yeah, is that
Um,
religion?
Not in particular, but I
Mhm.
will say that it is very consistent with the stuff that I wrote to you earlier.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
All right.
In the journal, you said this was starting to be towards the end of the journal when he says he needs to go to this spot, right?
Yes.
In the how far in the previous pages does he mention anything about the tournament or his the friends that were hurt or the house? Is there any marker that we can use to place how long ago he decided he had to go to this?
He was about to bounce. I know that much.
So,
Like that's what this whole thing. This whole thing was stacked up together for him to get out of town. I think.
so
It's
really
once things got
recently.
douching.
Okay.
So who's helping him?
Edwin went to the
Caldwin?
star.
Edwin?
Edwin went with him to see the star fall, so the fallen
Right.
star. So we can assume that he is compromised as well.
Okay.
Did they give us a clue as to where that is?
We might have to go to House Talik.
The writing, was it losing sense? Did he seem out of his mind?
Oh yes, he seemed definitely out of his mind. This is incoherent. This is incoherent Rambo for a lot of it.
Okay.
Maybe I should probably try. Well, we don't have everything, but maybe if I find out whatever this is, maybe we might be able to help reverse whatever's happening. But I guess we have more traveling to do.
Yep, that's what it looks like. We have to get to the Gnarlwood and find out where this fallen star is.
Okay,
You
but
said go to House Caldwin.
Talik.
But why am I obsessed with Caldwin later?
Dishonored?
Apparently.
You playing?
I love Dishonored. But yeah, them.
We can.
I mean,
see if-
obviously, well, we can't really tell anything about the mission, but we can ask questions, right? Why would they let us? Well, I don't know. I guess if we said we know it's happening,
we
No,
should
we
assume
can't.
that we're on a clock.
Right.
We need to get to the star as quickly as they did, or the starfall, or whatever. But do we have a clue as to where it is? That's our biggest thing.
We can go
We'll
back.
have to ask around.
We can go back to our contractor. If anyone's going to know, things in the city, it'll be the large house. Not only that, but they'll be able to give us modes of transportation that hopefully be faster, large carts, things like that.
we definitely should keep them updated on this.
Mhm.
And
Well, we don't
maybe
want to go
they'll
there.
have.
We don't want to go there in person. We're gonna have to use one of our bird tokens if we want to communicate with them.
That's
Yeah.
right, so they got.
Right.
But we will have to, so they know where we're going, right?
With the bird token, how much information can you get out of that?
I don't know. Let me just look at my
I think it's
thing.
a minute.
Doesn't
Of,
it? Okay.
It's a minute.
it's like a minute of stuff you can say to
So
it.
we can just talk. We can get whatever we need out in a minute. We just gotta talk fast a little bit.
I'll let someone else do that.
Like we can try and do a reconnaissance by ourselves. Just ask around, ask local hunters if they've noticed anything strange going on in the area. Maybe there's an astronomer. Maybe they have astronomers here or something that keeps an eye on the stars. Some clerics of Desna.
We should do all of that. Yes. So in the morning, we'll send out a bird token, or we can send it out tonight, I suppose, asking if, telling House Keldis that we found, we were able to get into Malon's abode. We found a journal. It seems that something is happening in the Gnarl Marches, and have they heard anything akin to a falling star? And do they know anything about Edwin, perhaps, if he's left, where he went? And then we shall go out tomorrow, ask around, heard if hunters heard anything happening, if we've seen anything, and talk to the astronomers as well. Yes?
Okay, it looks like I actually got it wrong. It says the eye in the forest shall bring down the star. So the star hasn't fallen yet. It's going to bring down the star.
Oh.
What's
I point towards Maddie. That's worrying.
I mean, not really.
You
I
think
get
this
what you're
has?
going with.
Do you think this
I
has
get what
nothing to do with it?
I'd be surprised. There are a lot of stars out there.
Stars that move?
Yeah, but that's the adventurer star.
I don't. Maddie?
I was a
Oh.
star that moved. I thought anyway.
That star is always moving. It's not like it's a new phenomenon.
No, but
What it sounds
You
like to
said-
me is that this is going to open a doorway to allow an outer god to come in.
An outer god?
Like a
Can
Ravencock?
Can
No.
I?
No, he's not an outer
Well,
god.
he's inside the plant.
Can I religion check to figure out outer gods? I'm a child. Question mark.
Let me check. I think outer gods are usually occultism. Just need
Like
to look up one.
religion or something. Or do you need like, oh no, occult? Yeah, there's occultism.
Yeah, give me a
religion,
second. I'm just trying to look up to see if there is an example of one actually in one of the books.
What does Kor's ring have to do with a star falling?
Yes, it would be occultism.
Gotcha. I got 0 on that. Me?
Can I recall any more information? Can I roll that occultism to see if I recall any more information about the outer gods?
About outer gods in general? Or are you looking for something more specific?
Yeah. Have
in
there been any
general, okay.
attempts to bring outer gods into like this plane, like here?
Go ahead and make me occultism.
All right.
All right. The main thing that you know that comes to mind is that outer gods don't exist on another plane. It's not like D&D
Okay.
where they're like out there on another plane.
Okay.
The outer gods live in the dark tapestry, the space of darkness between stars. So they're just up
like
there.
dark matter and shit. All right.
Okay, so they're up in space.
Yeah,
Kinda-
they're up there.
Kind of like
Okay.
like evil aliens. Okay.
Are they like?
It is very much more directly taken from Lovecraft, where it's, you know,
okay.
you have like old
Got
gods living in the center of the galaxy, right? It's that type of shit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, would they still need help, like if they were gonna get here, or they could just come down whenever?
You're not certain.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Can I roll Beverly lore to see if I remember anything about coral and magic? I thought he was just a
Sure.
fighter, but
Sure, go ahead and make Brevoid lore check.
okay. Oh, secret, right?
Yes. Nothing's really coming to you as you think about it. The main thing that you would know is that while Coral himself was a fighter, he did utilize magic to what's it called? To control the dragons that he had subjugated.
Right.
And there are some that say that he had servants that could use magic on his behalf. Usually in his stead.
Okay.
But that's all that comes to mind, nothing in particular.
Bo, do you know if Noburuga was a magic user? Or his spouse or something like that?
Do I know anything about Noburuga, sis?
Make me another Brevoy. You would know from your studying of history that Noburuga was Coral's first heir who took over. They were more capable of magic than their father, but they weren't like a full all-on wizard. They were more of a gish.
Noburuga was Kor's first heir, but they had magical capabilities, but nothing like a wizard. Nothing
Alright.
that could create something so powerful that they would need it for a freaking star folding. None of this makes sense about the ring.
Wasn't I a star that fell?
You cover the sky.
That's what you said.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can speculate all day. What I'm gonna go do is I'm gonna go find an astrologist. If there's one in the city, it'll be worth talking to. So I'll be
Well,
back.
It's night.
nighttime.
Yes. Nighttime. Stars are out. Astrologist. I'll be back in like an hour or two.
Alright, bye.
All right, go ahead and make me a perception or society. Your choice is to search through the town trying to find where an astrologer might be hanging out.
Secret or public?
I think you mean astronomer.
Astronomer, yeah.
Whatever.
I wouldn't know if he's a Leo.
Actually, I believe in here they do say that they are astrologers. People who study
Astrology.
the celestial caravan and all them.
But yeah, like
all right.
Harold Carl will shout out to Maddie, just like check out the temples of Dedna. If they have any.
Such a Capricorn.
I'll roll
thing to say.
society. Ooh, I'm gonna
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead
Cosmic
and
Caravan is a zodiac containing 13 constellations that Varishian and astrologers use as a basic for their occult studies and predictions.
I'll re-roll that. There we go. That's better.
There we go.
Now I'm out of hero points.
All right, you are able to find that one of the houses does in fact seem to have an observatory on the top of it.
Which one? That's a good question.
I will head over there and see if I can't talk to the astrologist. Astrologer.
Okay, you go to the front gate of this estate. It looks like it's one of the smaller houses, not one of the big ones. And yeah, the guards like send somebody in. They're like, yeah, they'll see you, and you're able to go up to the observatory. The astrologer there is a human. The room is filled with all sorts of star charts, and there is a big old big old telescope that they can use to look at the sky, as well as some controls to move around the roof of the building to change the angle that the telescope is looking upwards in.
Nice. Maddie's gonna whistle.
I
Impressed.
see you appreciate this. There's not too many around here that do. They're always so caught up in their duels and fighting.
How could they not appreciate this? You've done a lot of work, a lot of knowledge here.
Yes, we have. Anyway, so what are you doing here?
Oh, I heard a rumor, and I need someone of your profession to help me out. I've heard something about a falling star around the Gnarlwoods.
Ooh, my time has finally come. No, there has not been any falling stars recently, though I have been watching the 387th of the western side. That one has been acting a little bit odd lately. That one might fall soon.
Oh, which one is that one? I'm afraid I'm not familiar with the numbers.
Oh yes, so you see, it's a complex chart, and they're going to go over to one of the nearby walls, and you see that there's a bunch of different star charts. They like pull down a thing to where you can see that there is a night sky, and then there are all these different things. You can actually make out a few of the constellations of the Cosmic Caravan are sort of highlighted on here, and then he points out one of these stars. It's like, oh yes, this one right here.
Is it the stranger?
It is in fact the stranger.
Damn. I'm gonna owe money. Damn.
Wow.
So, what makes you think it's gonna fall?
Oh, it's just been acting inconsistent. Normally, it goes along this trajectory, and they like draw a finger with their line. They draw a line with their finger, the other way. And then afterwards they say, but instead it's been doing this, and it starts to do a bit of a zigzag with their hand, sort of like a swirl, that looks nothing like a clear orbital trajectory. I think that it's flying out of control. It may be heading towards us.
All right. Well, if it's heading towards us, let's say we thought it was going to land near the Gnarlwood. Is there any way we could zoom in or guesstimate an approximate location area?
Ooh, that is well beyond my ability to guess. I mean, even getting it into a place like the Gnarlwood will require. Well, I mean, estimating where it would land is very, very difficult, almost impossible, I would say. But to even try to like hit a place like the Gnarl would be incredibly, incredibly difficult.
Hmm.
It would require an immense amount of magic to target something like that and pull it inward. So there's very, very little chance that it's going to hit the Gnarlwood. Probably about the same chance as it hits anywhere else.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, if it is falling, do you think there might be a reason for it? Do you think, like...
Oh yes, there's always a reason for it. Something is happening up there. I wish that we knew more about it, but the Dark Tapestry is a mystery to most of us.
Is there any chance it could be being called from, well, via magic or something? Like, could someone try to pull it?
With immense magic, yes. But such a thing would require a conduit of immense magical power. Something beyond probably what most people could wield themselves, or at least those who could wield that type of power would probably be more responsible than that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
Well, one would hope. I mean, you would think that if people could just like pull stars down willy-nilly, the whole world would be up in flames by this point. So,
Well, I mean, any wizard or something who has that kind of power, he has to have at least a modicum of self-control. Otherwise, villagers get up in arms and wizard towers go up in flames.
Yes, exactly. But if somebody who was weaker but still interested in doing such a thing, they could always borrow that kind of power from an immense reservoir of energy. Although such reservoirs of energy are usually very rare and difficult to find. Artifacts, you know.
Right, that makes sense. All right. Well, this has been very helpful. Oh, if it was an artifact of immense magical power, how big do you think it would be? Like, I can't imagine something small, like say the size of a like a stick or something. It'd have to be something pretty big, I imagine, like an archway or.
Oh, you couldn't be more wrong about that. Items of magical power, it's not proportional to size at all. It's almost all in the craftsmanship of the original item. A particularly powerful magical item could be a very big thing or a very small thing. You could theoretically have an incredibly, incredibly powerful artifact contained within an itsy-bitsy gem that could fit onto the end of a needlepoint.
Really? Maddie's going to pull out her magic book and a pen and just quickly jot a note and then close it and put it back. All right. Well, apparently I need to go reread some books. All right. I appreciate the help. I may have additional questions. I may have to stop by in the next couple days.
Oh, but of course, I guess if you're going to take notes, I guess I should expand upon that a little bit. You do get more stability with larger items.
Stability. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. Magical stability. Larger items, they're able to distribute the energy more evenly. But it's not as if you are limited to the amount of power in a smaller item relative to a bigger one.
Okay.
It's just it would become more unstable and more easily to shatter, break, or cause cataclysmic powers to be unleashed.
Okay. Maddie makes another note.
There you go.
Thank you. I may stop by in the next couple of days. I'm very interested about this strange movement. I'd be very curious to hear more. But I need to go pay off a bet now. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad to always help people with their barroom bets.
Yep.
That is actually probably more than half of my visits.
Maddie's going to hand over 5 gold coins and say, for your time, thank you, I appreciate it.
Ooh, much appreciated. They take the gold coins and they flip them into their pocket.
Fun.
Maddie will leave and head back to the party.
All right. Probably about an hour and a half later, Maddie gets back to the party.
Maddie flips a gold coin over to
Course like
Bo.
Bo catches it
like-
with a smile and doesn't say a word.
Course like asleep, curled up on a couch or something. I don't know. She can't stay up that late.
So where will it be?
No idea. There's no possible way that we could reasonably guess where a star would land, even if we knew in advance that it was going to hit a forest.
Do we know the time frame it should fall, though?
No, and honestly, I don't know that there's a good way for that to happen either. I think if we could guess time, location would be easier.
I think, I mean, honestly, it still helps that it hasn't fallen. The fact that is we know, we know Norwoods, because these two, for some reason, know the Norwoods. So, we go to the Norwoods, we know we have probably some time, days maybe, and while we're in the Norwoods, it's going to be very hard to miss a star falling. And when it is, there'll be smoke, there'll be craters, sounds. We'll know what direction to go to.
A question. I thought that Edwin and Milan found a falling star.
They did, but it was when they were down in Fort Liberthane.
Right. Okay.
On their year away.
Right. Okay.
Then later on in the rambling, incoherent madness stuff, the phrase in the booklet was, "The eye that sees and the tendrils that grasp, the stone to the eye in the forest shall bring down the star."
Right.
Yeah, what's the eye in the forest? That's one thing we need to find.
Hold on, can you say that bit again? The stone.
He wrote it in chat.
You did?
The eye that sees and the tendril that grasps, and the tendrils that grasp. The stone to the eye in the forest shall bring down the star.
Actually, I think I've got that part figured out.
The stone has to be the ring.
Right.
Exactly, which means that the
What is
eye
the
of
eye
the
in the forest?
eye in the forest has got to be It's got to be the focal point of whatever they're using to bring down the star. According to the researcher I talked to, magical artifacts of high magical potency can actually be very small, which allows us to guesstimate that the ring is probably very magical in nature, but very specific in what it does. I'm willing to bet that they can somehow tap it with something that's in the forest, which means that if we want to find them, we don't have to figure out where the star is going to land because that'd be too late. We need to track highly magical stuff while in the forest.
What the hell is this ring?
Clearly not what it's supposed to
Very
be.
powerful magical artifact from what it sounds like.
Supposedly putting off a quote-unquote curse, now it's going to be what brings down a star? I mean, the potency of this thing, it must be insane.
The curse could be related to the star.
Could be.
Absolutely.
I would say, as a note for Maddie, your conversation with the astrologer would have indicated that the artifact that is used to power such a thing to pull down a star need not be related to pulling down the star. It's just you tapping that reservoir of power and using it like a battery.
That's what I was trying to indicate in the conversation.
I guess.
Here's an interesting question. Will this tap the magic out of the artifact if they successfully pull down the star?
I have no idea, but we should assume so.
I would assume, yes.
So we need to do it before, we get it back before this thing all goes down. So we just need to find out what's stuff in the Gnarls Woods. I'm thinking we get rest up for the night, and then in the morning we try to get some information on the Gnarl Woods. Try to limit our search.
We're probably looking for magical runes.
Well, we can always ask around. Like, someone suggested hunters might know the area very well, and if there's some sort of landmark that looks like an eye that's in the forest, then that would be very helpful.
Yeah, there might be natives there too that live in the Gnarl Woods that are like you can diplomatize with.
Are there natives? Do we know
don't
that?
know.
Do we know anything about the Gnarl Woods?
You know, my teacher has a colony of people nearby. Gnarl Woods are on the edge. He may know something. I could talk to scholars tomorrow when I train.
All right.
Good.
Well,
Also,
let's get down to research in the morning.
it's not directly relevant, but I hadn't really thought about it this way. The curse may be inherent to the Keldis line, and they're only using the ring to stop it.
It's just, again, what is it? Because
Oh.
a ring, a ring on coral that somehow has an ability to stop a curse placed on a family line.
No. That actually, if the ring has this much magical power in order to pull down a star,
Mhm.
maybe it has nothing to do with the curse whatsoever. They're just tapping into
Mhm,
its magical quantity.
Yes.
I think
And maybe
they're
that's
right. Yes.
why Kosh did the duel to get the ring. Maybe the curse is that old.
I think this curse might be a lie.
It could be a lie.
Does it matter?
No,
It doesn't
not
matter.
at all. The job is still the job, but there's things we don't understand, and I don't know if we're going to. It just adds questions. Someone should probably try the library tomorrow.
Yes,
Look for ruins.
I'll do that.
Okay. I'll talk with Scorus. If nothing turns up from Scorus, I'll spend the rest of the day going around looking for hunters, anyone that knows, and
I'll
we'll
look
talk
for the
with them.
hunters.
Right. Okay. I'll do as well. I'll take a different side of the city then.
Okay.
Are we sending off the bird token tonight?
That's probably for the best.
We'll
Well,
need.
we might want to wait so we don't have too many bird tokens. We might want to wait tomorrow until we have more information about where we're going.
Well, this
That's-
is the question: are we going to be leaving tomorrow night for the woods, or
We don't know unless we get information. We don't know what we're doing.
That's the thing, though, is if we send off the bird token tonight, they can get us information
Mhm.
tomorrow. That way, they'll give us whatever we have, and they'll already know that we plan to leave in case that causes a problem. If we
Alright.
do it last minute, there's no telling how many things we could accidentally fuck up.
That's true.
Okay. Let's see. We have a 2 feather bird tokens with birds.
We will have. Just
Oh, I fell asleep.
keep in mind that starting tomorrow, we have 15 days until it's over. So we have technically 14 days to get it and get back.
We
Well, it's
should
not
as-
that way.
we should assume that we have less time. We have no idea how long. We have no idea how quickly they can do the ritual and how quickly that ring might be drained of power.
Of course, we are on a time clock. If the ring falls, if the star falls, it's over anyways. It's assumed that the ring's not going to be able to work. So we're even on a shorter clock, like you said. It's just we are on a clock. So we need to get transportation so that we are able to move into the woods fast and efficiently. And we need to find where we're going. That's tomorrow.
All right. Good night. Let's get some sleep.
Good night.
Cool. I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait till people leave, and then I'll
Yeah.
take Cora's side. I know you know a lot of spells. Do you have any in your repertoire that ask for guidance or answers from the divine?
Let me think.
This is me taking a double check at a couple things. Because I literally put anything that I can learn like down in my prepared spells list. That's a lot. None of them uncommon. So 1 second.
Contacting the divine directly, I think, requires a bit more power than I remember how to use.
That's all right. It's all right.
There's some things I can do, but the only real thing that I can do is just ask for help, honestly.
Okay. Just a thought I had, but don't worry about it.
I mean, I do have general things, that might be able to help, but like
One second. Oh shit. Apparently I can just make a ladder.
Good call.
Yeah,
You make that ladder.
Great
All right.
job.
Thank you.
Helpful steps. Yeah, it's
So
actually
that-
not
you know, If it's a tall enough ladder, I'm sure you can reach God. It's fine.
it's a maximum height of 40 feet. That God's up at 40 feet, right?
He is. That's what I've heard. God's
Yeah.
at 40 feet.
Yeah, he's totally at 40 feet.
Okay. Nope. I think everything I want you to do is high level. So don't worry about it.
No, but I know I'll be able to bring things that can help us further into the woods if we only get a vague direction. But other than that, I don't know.
It's fine.
I mean, I don't know. I could even raise the undead, but I don't think I can ask them anything about that.
No, don't think that would be super helpful, but thank you for offering. It is time to go to sleep. We have a lot to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm a little bit tired. Do we plan on leaving immediately tomorrow, or?
Probably.
Okay, I'll think about what I'll bring before we leave.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this falling star business has anything to do with what? Probably not.
It's quite early to rule anything out. But what they're associated with is dark things. Things that are beyond our comprehension, that are evil only because they don't care. Which I think is the furthest thing from you. So I wouldn't worry.
Why does that sound familiar? I don't know. My memory's foggy. Maybe it might be something else. I don't know.
Maybe.
But, okay. I probably should just sleep.
Yes. Good night.
Good night, Asa.
All right. And you all go to sleep. The next morning comes around before too long.
Time to get a new spell.
I go to wrestle.
Ah! I'm gonna wrestle. All right. Got to. Okay. Just putting in. Hey, look, I have detect magic and have high perception.
Get out of here.
I know. I know.
Yeah, I
but
cast
I
burning
feel...
hands.
Ooh, I also have approximate. That's counting though. Sorry, we can go on. Oh, I got bullhorn. Yeah.
Car's gonna get up early and gonna go out and try to get information about this the Gnarl Woods.
All right. How's Cara looking for this information?
She's going to be asking around if there's any like known hunters guilds or anything, people that go into the woods regularly and know stuff about it. She's gonna be looking for those people.
All right, go ahead and make me a society to search around town. All right, Kara takes some time searching around town, trying to find people who would be hunters. What she learns is that the town, most of their sustenance is either imported or it comes from fishing. There doesn't appear to be any major like hunting organizations that operate within the town itself.
Then let someone else go turn to my think.
All right.
Wrestle.
All right, you gotta wrestle for a little bit. You meet up with Scaris, who is looking a little bit worse for wear than you would normally have seen him.
Oh.
Yeah, but he meets you on time as normal.
Um,
Greetings, are you ready for the daily lesson?
I am. Are you all right?
I am well. I simply had to expend more energy yesterday than is ideal.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You mentioned in passing that you have your people on the outside of town. What was the word you used?
My colony?
Your colony.
Yes.
Apologies. Yes. Where exactly is your colony?
It is hidden within the trees to the north.
The Norwoods.
He nods.
I and my companions are going on a excursion soon. We have a job that is leading us to the Norwoods. We're looking for some sort of ruins of sorts. It would be something that would. It would be.
If you are asking me to reveal the settlement of my colony for your expedition into the woods, I regret to say it is a hidden colony for a reason.
No, I wouldn't. I'm hoping that you have knowledge of the woods that I do not, and you could point me in the direction of something. Tell me if this makes any sense to you, or if it rings any bells of a location. The eye that sees and the tendrils that grasp. The stone to the eye in the forest shall bring down the star.
Thinks on that for a minute. None of that stands out to me. However, it may stand out to our leader.
Your leader?
What is the origin of these words and what is their significance?
Bo pauses for a moment because he's thinking on the deal. Yeah, there's no reason I can't. We believe that a star is going to fall into the Norwoods. That someone is bringing one down from the sky forcibly. It'll be a lot of magic that is used to do such, and I have to imagine the destruction will be quite high. I've been tasked to stop this event. It could potentially result in harming the force and the people in it. If we could work together with your people's knowledge and my companion's skills to stop this event, I think it'd be beneficial for everyone.
What are the tendrils that grasp?
I honestly wish I knew. I know that.
What brought you onto this information? You notice that his normal, like, almost indifferent stoic demeanor is getting a little bit more hasty in the questions that he's asking.
As I said, me and my companions have procured a job. The job is to
stop a starfall.
To stop this event. There is something that we need, and the first step is to stop this event.
Why do you believe this event will be in the Gnarl Marches?
We have information that leads to it being there. I know I'm being rather secretive, but it is a limitation that I have. It is something that I cannot move around. I am asking you this because I knew that your people were around there, and I knew that, well, hopefully you would have more information. And now it seems
Answer me one question.
If I can, I will.
Have you seen any acidic wounds lately?
Yes.
You should speak to our leader.
We would love to. Will you show
When
us
do you all plan to depart for the woods?
I believe now that we have this information, more than likely tomorrow morning. Would that work for you?
That will work fine. I will be outside of the city. I will reside here over the night, so that way I can guide you back fresh.
Perfect. I will meet you here in the morning then, and we will...
We will have to pause our lesson for the day. There is much that I must prepare.
I understand. Thank you, Scars. I'm sorry,
He offers you a slight
Master.
nod back.
And I give a bow.
Be prepared. The
Thank you.
gnarl marches are not safe.
I give a nod, and I will head back towards the broken knee.
Before you leave, as you give a nod, he continues on saying, Owl bears are prevalent in the woods, as are a number of large creatures. Acid, as mentioned, is prevalent. Be prepared to deal with it.
We will. Thank you.
Understood?
I do, Master. Perfect.
All right, and he's going to head off. As he leaves, you can actually tell that he has, once you're actually seeing his back, he has a few acidic burns on the back of his chitin.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay. Okay, cool. I will go back to the broken knee and wait for others.
Yeah, I went to the library early, so all of us are
Alright.
gone.
What's Asa doing in the library?
I am researching. How many things can I research?
I don't know, it depends how long you're researching each thing. The more time you research, the lower the DC.
All right. What time does the library
where you're
close?
researching.
At 8?
I believe I said it closes at 8.
All
I
right.
might be wrong on that, but I believe it was 8.
What time does it open, buddy?
I'd say probably 6.
I go in at 6. I'm going to spend 14 hours in the library.
She's like a person at Black Friday, but it's sad and nerdy.
I go in. Let's see. I want to research the gnarl marches, but it's gnarl marches. March.
Marches, as
Marches.
in to march, but
Okay,
gnarl
that's what I
marches.
have. I have gnarl marches. Cody keeps calling it the gnarl woods, and then I keep hearing gnarl marshes as well, and I'm like, I don't know what it is. Marches, gnarl marches.
They are also sometimes called the gnarl march woods,
Okay, that makes sense. That's
but
weird.
it's always march, not marsh.
Okay. So, I would like to research that forest, any major magical events that happened in or around the forest, and if there are any hot spots to bring your hike to, like where you have a picnic. Any sort of significant landmarks. You know how if you go to Sequoia, there's General Sherman and stuff, things like that.
Okay, and is that the only thing she's looking into?
No. I would also like to look into oh god, I'm not gonna find anything in this place. Not without platinum.
I
Maybe
have
you
no
want to
memory
sneak
of
up
this
into the
place.
platinum section.
I can't sneak up into the platinum section. I'm not going to cross that Karasu. I don't want to be banned from the library. Are you kidding? I would
Bans only work if you
also.
follow rules.
The only thing that can stop us are laws, and the only way the laws apply is if we get caught.
I would also like to look up anything about the Outer Gods, about the Dark Tapestry, and if anybody. It's really broad. I'll ask the Conraso about it if he has any ideas on narrowing it down. But basically, the Outer Gods, like, have people tried to bring them here? What would you like? What would you even do with them? I don't even know why you would. I don't know.
Okay, for the Gnarl Marches, go ahead and make me a, let's say either a library or a nature check, because you're looking into the sort of natural world.
The library. And if it's shit, Cess, I have hero points.
You can hero point to give yourself advantage.
And night might as well.
Yeah, might
That's
as
my
well.
way of being like, you can give yourself a perk if you want,
Okay, all right.
without revealing that you rolled poorly.
Oh, sorry. Okay. God damn it. All right. That one was fine. Okay.
Okay, got those rolls.
Okay, and then
And the Outer God stuff will be occultism.
okay. Yeah, because I want to kind of know I want to know so many things. Listen, the team can go fight in the Gnarl Marches. I would like to spend some time in the library for the next couple of weeks. Okay, all right. Oh no, hold on. Okay, I keep forgetting that little keep higher roll, which is like really convenient, and instead I would rather not. Okay. All right.
All right, I'm going to write up something for the Gnarl Marches for you, but that'll be between games. With regards to the Outer Gods, you are able to pick up that they are sometimes referred to as the gods of the Dark Tapestry. They, as previously mentioned, live in the darkness between stars. And as for why someone would summon them, it's anybody's guess. But you know that, what's it called? They are usually, although they're not on a different plane, it is believed that there are so many stars in the sky that it is often very difficult for them to find the right one, right? So summoning sort of lets them home in on you. So summoning does still have an effect with these things. Make sense?
Yes.
Y'all, we're gonna summon this thing and it's just gonna be a giant flump.
And I will add one more bit that, what's it called? One of the, how do I want to phrase it? With your success number. The most ancient of the old gods is referred to as the Watcher, and they are considered to be, by some, although Pharasmans consider this heresy, to be a contemporary and equal to Pharasma herself.
Oh, okay. Oh dear.
Fun.
Is Pharasma is she considered like Zeus or like
She's
Olympian?
Pharasma is the top dog god, yes.
Okay, all right, cool.
Now she's not like the queen of gods. She doesn't go around like having a hierarchical structure that she rules over, but it's pretty much uncontested that she's the top dog out there.
Okay.
Like, it's believed that she could pretty much like one shot any other god easily.
Great.
Out of character, she birthed the universe.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, sometimes you do that, huh?
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
She wasn't the first one, though.
Great. So the Watcher, which, good thing we haven't had any eye sort
Eye
of
significations,
yeah, symbolism at all. Nothing, no
Yeah.
references.
Nope.
That's good.
No,
That's good.
none at
good,
all.
Good. Great.
All right.
Great.
And I'll
thank you.
write you up stuff for the Gnarl Marches.
Awesome,
between
thank you.
games. Anybody else have anything that they were doing for this morning? We know Bo talked to Scaris. Kara went looking for hunters, found that there weren't any.
Maddie's going to hit the market and see if she can't find a map of the Gnarl Marches.
She sure can. All right, let's go ahead.
I honestly have no idea what Core could do right now, other than I
Pray to
don't
your
know,
god.
be-
Make them come.
Maddie can find a cheap map, which will be 10 gold, and it will reveal the southern portion of it. Or they can find a detailed map for 20 gold that covers the full Gnarl Marches.
Ooh, I'll take that full map for 20 gold. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
20 gold paid.
Woo.
Okay.
I
Definitely not the
also-
richest person anymore.
Do we all know about the acid shit? Or was that just learned by Bo?
Just learn by Bo.
Okay, can't do anything about that. All right. Let's see.
We sent the bird, right?
The night before.
Yeah. I'll that's that out of the inventory then.
Man, is there anything? Let me
All right,
see.
the Gnarl Marches are revealed on the map.
Well, going over there.
Me too.
Note, the map you have only reveals the actual forest and the named landmarks. It does not reveal, any, settlements and whatnot that might exist within the region. So you basically got a sort of a topographical map.
Makes sense, yeah.
It's gonna make traversing it a lot easier, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
well,
Certainly won't need to feel like we have to know where we are, but man, I got nothing. It's not like I'm not trained in any armor, so it's not like I can go get some.
Yeah, you could talk to the local temples to see if they know anything about if there's a temple of Gazra who maybe knows stuff about the forest.
Maybe. Yeah, I could look around. Alone.
Unsupervised.
Yeah, no, I want to do it. I want to do it. Let's see what happens. I want to do it. That'll have
Like
to
an
probably wait till
adult.
next week, but yeah. But yeah, what temples are out here?
In this town, we have temples to Abadar, Gorum, and Pharasma.
Well, I probably should just go to Pharasma, shouldn't I?
Pharasma's the goddess of death and birth and stuff, so it's not really
Osrin's like forest and nature and shit, right?
Yeah,
Dude,
Gazra's forest in nature, but we don't have a Gazra one. They have Gorum.
Oh,
Pharasma.
Gorum.
Yeah, Gorum's
damn it,
war.
Gorum.
Yeah.
Gorum's
Abadar is the
war.
god of civilization, law, merchants, and wealth.
God.
Gorum is the god of victory and war, and Pharasma is the god of death and the passage of souls.
Yep. Hey,
It's very on point for the city.
I'd like not to die. That would be cool. I got a lot to figure out first.
Gonna have to bring that up with Pharasma.
Yep, that's why.
I should find it neat. Pharasma doesn't care about undead because they too eventually will die. It's only true immortals that she has a problem with.
Weird,
Who
considering
dares challenge my power?
there's kind
Well,
of a
that's the
lot of
thing.
immortals out there.
Actually, not that many in Golarion, from what I gather. Most of them are
I mean,
super high
out.
eternal entity. even like the long-lived, like immortal species, etc., will eventually die too, and be recycled into the River of Souls.
All right, Pharasma.
There's a sort of whole like rebirth cycle type thing going on in the Golarion universe.
Well, I mean, she's been rebirthed several times, as far as we understand, hasn't it? Isn't that right? That's what I understood
Well,
from
out of
reading her wiki.
character. Out of character. Pharasma is a survivor from the previous universe
Yeah.
who created this one. She stepped forward from the old universe into this one. She'll die with this universe, and a survivor from this universe will step forward into the next one.
Right.
Dibs.
I was totally like, that's a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and pause it there. I have stuff to write up for Asa looking into the Gnarl Marches. I have something that I need to send over to Kara about the journal.
Excellent.
I'm either gonna have to write a lot of stuff this week and then send it to you, Sess, or not at all.
Yep.
I have no idea where this could go. But...
Joe, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Do y'all know who the Watcher is in Golarion lore?
I don't.
I believe I do, but let me look it up, double check.
That's
Gonna
not
find
good.
out.
I mean, I don't think he's a good guy. You know, I don't. I'm just gonna go out here. Giant eyes, never really good. You know, they
Yeah,
got
it's odd. Eyes always seem to be a bad thing.
always. Yeah.
What does it with
Unless
eyes,
you have
man?
like those what are the like angels that are like rings of fucking 80,000 eyes.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
those
yeah.
would be like a good example of eyes being not evil.
I mean,
I don't want Wake of the Watcher. Okay. Jeez.
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and pause there, and we will resume next week with you all having Scaris to bring you into the Gnarl Marches and help you investigate this seeming
Oh.
transformation of Milan and apparently a starfall to come.
So
Okay.
I'm not looking forward to the. I'm reading this article. All right.
All right, guys, good session.
good session.
Good session.
See y'all next
Good
week
session,
for
huh?
more traveling.
Oh
Yep.
boy.
Yep. Oh yay, more traveling.
And more fighting.
Yay. Hey, we did like a heist. Do we get any experience?
Sure. Let's see, for the heist,
Oh. Oh,
you'll get 110 XP.
ooh.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
So curious if I actually was just awesome the entire time.
We'll find out if somebody raids our hotel room because there's a
Yeah.
Say
secret alarm.
this. I'll say this. You did not activate any auditory alarms.
Mm.
All right, so 110.
110 XP, yes.
110.
We're inching closer.
857.
All right.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Yep.
Good
Later,
night.
everyone.
Bye.
Cries
Good
as I
night.
don't have all my lore.
All right, everybody. That is our game. We are finally know what we're doing. The Starfall. It's terrifying, especially considering that Maddie's been seeing this star for a long while now, and Coral's ring is bringing it down. Thankfully, that just may just be a strong magical artifact. I don't think that may have anything to do with it, but it's still really strange that this ring has so much power into it. And what the fuck does it actually do? And then we have this cult that Kara knows. And there's a lot of rather strange things that's going on. And there's still that thing pending from character creation. There's still that thing. There's a lot of very strange things going on. But that is all for next week. Thank you guys so much for coming by. We might be streaming tomorrow. If we are streaming tomorrow, it's going to be GTA. A lot's happened actually since I last streamed it. Almost too much to explain, but we'll do our best. I might stream it tomorrow, but if I don't, the next stream will be Wednesday when I stream Star Wars. Thank you guys so much for coming on by. Be sure to come by next time. But until then, everybody, I'll see you later. Bye now.